Gigabyte Grizzly Brohemeth, and this is a messed up time we live in, so I need you all to do me a favor. Wear your mask. Like this, not like this, or like this, or like this, like this. Wear your mask. It's for your safety and mine. If I see you without one, I'm gonna pump kick a mask onto your face. Got it?
Discretion is advised.
This show is brought to you by IndyWrestling.us and IndyWrestling.network for your independent wrestling entertainment. Slice on Broadway, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza. Just Pro Wrestling News Podcast. No filler, no pop-ups. Production services by Sidekick Media Services. And listeners like you, supporting us at patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back.
It is the Wrestling Mayhem Show. Over 800 episodes of talking about professionalized wrestling. I'm Mike Sorg at Sorgatron on the Twitter here in the Sorgatron Media Studios in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And we'll see if I lose my voice during this episode. It's going great. We have with us from Beacon, New York. He's the only Mayhemmer with a future endeavor letter from the WWE. He is Mad Mike.
Yeah. Yes, Sorg. It's a good time. It's a good time to be on the Mayhem Show.
Yes.
Good time right now.
I'm a subdued Mike tonight. What are you? You're jamming?
Yeah, I was gonna do the theme song in Seth Rollins' laugh.
Oh yeah.
Then I couldn't get the cadence right in my head. So
what are you trying to do? You're trying to do our Basic Sickness intro to in a laugh.
Yeah. But then I realized I'm like, it starts with words, not really with sound.
Yeah,
so
yeah. How do you hum "Just Wait, Just Wait"?
Yeah,
I suppose.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You need you need the rest of the Mayhem players to duet with you on that, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
With the wonderful Skype lagginess. So, and we also have with us our special guest. We always like to bring. We always like to bring our friends with the gold on the show, and apparently I was accused of another tag team only letting them on, asking them on when they happen to have championship belts, and it kind of happened again with these guys too. The Runway is here, Tyler Klein and Calvin Couture.
I'm gonna get my name Sorg. How are you gonna get my name wrong, Sorg?
I'm getting everything wrong. I almost started the wrong show earlier, so we're lucky we're doing this well right now. So I'm happy to have you here, even if I can't say your name because I haven't had enough coffee yet. But no, thank you for joining us again, guys.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Your pleasure.
Yes.
Your pleasure, sorry.
I haven't seen you for a while because I haven't been to Ryse for a good long time. And then Chachi's been holding down the fort for me down there for video production. But we'll be catching up with you guys in the show and talking about some other wrestling stuff.
And we're sorry on his behalf for anything he's done.
I mean, it's more so we miss, Missy, but...
Well, she's been coming around every once in a while.
I know.
And Dutter's made it to a show recently.
Dutters
so
did make it to a show.
And got involved a little bit, I think. So, but anyways,
I didn't hear about
Wait,
that.
What? Oh, she was the prop girl for PB's drink spot.
She was a chapstick girl.
She was a
Chapstick girl.
chapstick. Yeah, she was a chapstick girl.
Chapstick girl for
Yeah.
PB. Got
That
it.
makes
Yeah,
sense.
I mean, she wears many hats and hands off many chapsticks, I suppose. So, but anyways, but no, happy to have you guys on here. Congratulations on the new championships.
It's about time.
There you go. You guys,
Yeah, I mean, Calvin, it's more about time for you.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. But whatever. It happened. Here it is. Not giving it up. You can try.
There you go.
Not
There
gonna
you go.
happen.
I want to catch up with the kids because I know you've been getting around to a lot of places lately since we've last had you on, and I wanted to talk about a lot of that. But in the meantime, everybody, please go check everything out, and please hit us up at WrestlingMayhemShow.com and hit us at that email address.
Good times.
Good times at WrestlingMayhemShow.com.
I made up for it.
You did. Good job, Mike. I'm proud of you. I'm proud and annoyed at the
That was
same
Seth
time,
Rollins
strangely.
promoting our email. That
Yes,
was
yes,
Seth Rollins
Seth.
promoting our email address.
And, well, if you want to make your best Seth Rollins impression of our theme song and want Mike there, you can ask 412-206-WMS0. Oh, this thing has pockets. I only wear on special occasions. But at Mayhem Show on the Twitter, and of course you can be part of the conversation over at the Wrestling Mayhem Show Facebook group, on the Discord, and on the Reddit. And of course we're live here every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on the Wrestling Mayhem Show Facebook, on the Twitter, on the YouTube, on the Sorgatron Media Twitch page, and on the IndyWrestling.us YouTube and Twitch page. So we do have all of the chat rooms up right now, including we see over on Facebook. We see Tina Keys out there in Seattle, Dave Potter hanging out, judging our looks tonight, apparently. We'll talk about that a little bit later.
Wait, he's doing what now?
What?
Somebody's judging what now?
No, but our looks. Our looks. I presume our looks.
Please, that look damn good.
Yeah. I mean, we'll get your guys' feedback in a little bit here. But anyways, well, I'll touch on that comment later too. But you guys can be part of that conversation, however that's going to go, every Tuesday with us on any of those platforms. And also, thank you to our Patreon supporters at patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show. You guys got an extra. You guys got some extra stuff from the Monday show last night because we talked about Hawaii. We talked about these cool comic books that I just got in off of the Kickstarter over there. And what else did we talk about? I talked more about my interaction with Maria and Mike Bennett from the weekend, and working with the Women's Wrestling Army crew as well. Which I'll give another shout out there. Go check them out there on Pro Wrestling TV is going to be where the shows are going to be. They already have the first episode up there, and it got a pretty cool thing going on if you like women's wrestling, and who doesn't? And thank you to our supporters over there that are receiving that content and supporting the show. Our friends at the Fan of the Show level, Bo Diggity! Woo! I don't know why I wooed with you. I usually don't, do I? I don't know. Ed Burke.
You want to feel included.
I don't know. I'm distracted because I have pockets. I'm feeling so Orange Cassidy right now during the show, and I'm just so subdued and warm and cozy. It's only the second time I've worn this jacket. So, Ed Burke, Team Hammer Fist at the Poppy Club level, Dave Ponner and Bobby F. J. Town at the Pizza Club level, Doc Remini and The Riz, and at the manager level, Bradley, and the mother of dragons, Tina Keys. Thank you, everybody who is supporting the show. You help keep the servers rolling, or what other interesting expenses or bail money that we need for our antics. So thank you, everybody, for supporting. You guys can too. The first thing, last night, of course, John Cena was on the show celebrating 20 years of John Cena. Happy birthday, John Cena. He can almost drink.
Oh my God.
John Cena.
Yes. We talked about last night, like a lot of the backstages and interactions between the Seth Rollins and the Ezekiels and everybody else, and everybody crossing through the forbidden Skype window to congratulate him. Is that more appropriate? Because we were calling it the forbidden window all night last night.
Skype window.
I kind of assume people
Forbidden window.
Skype window.
I judge how much people care to do their video by if they, being a video professional, if they did vertical video or not when they submitted their video. Kurt Angle did not give a fuck about Impact Slammiversary. Trish, probably less likely into the John Cena thing. And then AJ Styles had like a multi-camera production for his interview for Slammiversary, which is a little unsettling actually in the long run. It's just like,
well, I think, didn't AJ have a Twitch stream at one point
during the show?
During the pandemic, like
before he had to get rid of it.
Before that was taken away from.
Yeah. He would definitely be in that.
So he probably had a multicam setup for that because you would do up, down, down.
You think AJ is become a little bit of a self video professional? You think that's
Oh, yeah,
that's
I
happening?
w-
I mean,
I wish-
everybody does Twitch at a certain level. So like I would say anybody on there, but like this was like a multicam edited situation that he was pulling off. So
Well, he did do the theatrical matches.
that is true. You're not wrong. Oh, so you needed a theatrical cinematic presentation to talk about Slammiversary and wrestling the Flying Elvises.
Yep, he did it for WrestleMania. He has to do it for everything else he does now.
Okay. I'm with that.
what I'm
I'm with
saying.
that for sure. So, it seems like Mike, did they was it a one-off thing last night? Again, I haven't watched these yet. I probably won't get a chance, but I still want to watch the Ezekiel one. I watched the Seth Rollins segment. yeah. But also,
great.
I watched the supercut with that butted up against the time where he did the shield knock for Roman when they were fighting back.
Yeah,
up.
because I retweeted that today.
Yeah. So,
Because Seth Rollins is chef's kiss right now.
yes,
He even-
absolutely.
on his Instagram yesterday, he posted the black and white photo of the broken nose that he gave John Cena.
Mhm.
Jeez.
He said happy 20th.
Hey, remember that time? Yeah, no, that was fantastic. But did they set anything up? Is Cena going to be coming to SummerSlam, or Mike? I think you had some thoughts on this.
Yeah, I mean, so the prevailing rumor, if you believe the interwebs, if
Mhm.
you will, and on Raw last night, they even had a segment with the only segment that didn't go swimmingly was Cena's interaction with Theory, with
Okay.
Austin Theory.
Okay.
And Theory was, very dismissive towards Cena. Cena didn't say a word in the promo, and Theory was getting aggressive with him, and he's like, but you know what, we'll still take a selfie, and he went to take a selfie, and John Cena just walked away. Which, arguably, Theory could have taken the selfie anyway, because there was no one behind him, and still said he got a selfie.
Well, wait a minute. Wait. Let me. I have a theory.
Okay.
Ironically enough, you can't see him.
Exactly.
Oh man.
Is that where you're
But,
going?
but I
Mike?
mean, we saw him walk away. We saw him walk
Yeah,
away.
but he still could have been in the picture. You just can't see him.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
He should have taken the picture anyway, and still should have said, my selfie of John Cena.
I just wanted to make sure everyone understood where we were going with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're painfully
Oh.
aware.
I love dad jokes.
That hurts.
My favorite thing was on SmackDown a couple weeks ago. They were gonna do the Maximum Male Models shtick with I forget LA Knight's new name, but he has a new male models thing that he's gonna be coming out with soon.
I don't
And they
understand why
showed-
they changed his name though.
I don't know
Anyway,
why.
sorry, Mike. I didn't mean
Yeah,
to
sorry.
interrupt you.
It's confusing
it's okay.
as why. Like, ugh.
Yeah, I don't get why they changed his name either. Because LA Knight, it's not like that's his real name.
Right.
No.
So, but they showed a spotlight in the center of the ring on SmackDown, and McAfee just goes, "Is that John Cena?"
God.
just wonderful.
So it's
Just
not even.
absolutely wonderful.
It's not even like dad jokes that I like. I like explaining dad jokes.
That you do.
Like you say a joke,
Oh,
and then
that
you
you do.
explain it.
Are you a fan or familiar with Cesaro when he was doing up down and was dropping all the puns?
my
And
God.
I know Mike's that's one of your
No,
favorite
but
things.
Now I want to.
Oh,
check
you
it
need to look
out.
up Cesaro on
no.
G4, where
Okay.
they had a
Oh.
pun competition.
All right.
Oh no.
Okay,
I'll watch that
okay.
now.
But do you want to know my favorite dad joke?
Go for it.
When does a joke become a dad joke?
When?
When it becomes apparent.
All right. That was actually.
Get it? Because
You see
first
the pain
joke,
on Tyler's face right now.
and
Oh my
then when
God.
you get it,
I'm.
it becomes apparent,
Yeah, I get it.
and
I
a
just-
parent can be a dad.
That's
and
your
it's a dad
favorite
joke.
one, though.
I'm in so much
That's my
pain
favorite
right
one.
now.
I love it.
Okay.
I love it. I can't help
It's
it.
not bad, but like I
Is
don't
this
know.
a look into what your road
So
trips are like as a team?
Yes.
Like I figure, and I know you haven't watched it, but there's just this thing where Claudio Cesaro would just in the middle of them playing Uno, just like drop like bad jokes, or like what
Oh
happens
yeah,
when
no,
da-da-da-da-da.
he has like a whole bunch of them just like preloaded in his brain.
Yeah.
I feel like we should like film a road trip?
No,
Mhm.
no, no, no.
Hey,
no.
if you need some GoPros,
I mean,
got
we can
some,
definitely. I mean, we definitely GoPros, but I'm like, we could definitely do that. It just would have to cut every 5 minutes when we have to stop for you to pee.
That's
well,
true.
I mean, we edit that stuff out, or we just edit all that out for a supercut.
Well, it would either be really funny or really boring.
Yes, there you go. I mean, it could be carpool karaoke. It could be road trip.
it'll
it
be
could
carpool karaoke.
It could be.
Usually, we don't even like watch. We don't even listen to music on trips. We like watch YouTube videos.
I do when I'm driving.
But you're like, who was telling me about? Somebody's telling me behind the scenes about they did a road trip and they're like, whoever they rode with, no, it was real talking about Eugene. And for whatever reason, Eugene did not like to listen to the radio, and they would just like have nothing on.
No. William Regal said that about Tajiri.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, I thought it was Eugene. Okay,
No, it was
okay.
Tajiri
No,
because
all right.
I just listened to that podcast under your recommendation.
Okay.
No, I don't listen to music when I drive. I listen to podcasts and
That's a lie. There was a Snapchat the other night of you singing in the car with the windows down.
What?
yeah, on the way home from the gym. I'm talking about a long drive.
Re-downloading Snapchat.
No. That's just because a song I like was playing on my iPhone from leftover from the gym. I normally do not listen to music on rides. You do.
I listen more so on like the shorter rides than like the longer drives.
The longer drives we put on YouTube
Yeah.
and put on like all kinds of like wrestling.
What
like,
culture's
what
all
culture
normally on
stuff
there?
like that.
Mm-hmm.
What didn't we have like a 5-hour trip and we watched like the history of the like Intercontinental Championship? That was like
No,
a
it
2.5
was like-
hour video.
It was like every WrestleMania match ranked ever.
Oh,
Ever.
jeez.
And
that
it was
was
like-
a
I've
video.
watched that
It was,
one.
like a five, it was like a 5-hour video,
Yeah.
and it was great because we could just keep it.
And it's like, and you don't need to like. Those are great for road. When we talk about watching videos, you're not watching the video necessarily, right? Because it's mostly audio and they're
Yeah.
putting pictures up or
Yeah, I
something.
mean,
so,
the person who's not
like-
driving is watching it
like,
usually. Like whoever's in the passenger side is like whenever we get done a video, they're the one controlling the phone, which YouTube video is next.
And sometimes I just like have a movie saved on like my Netflix and I just play it. I'm like, okay, done driving, your turn.
Mm-hmm.
That's also fun. We can do
What
that.
when you put the movie on when you're driving?
Yeah, and then
Yeah, I hate that because there are always movies that I hate.
Well, you don't pay attention anyway. You can put your earbuds in.
I know it's always.
See, that's what I mean. It's either gonna be really exciting or really stupid.
It's usually a bad movie.
You're right. I think
No,
one.
wait, really bad.
You're right.
Because we've been having a lot of movie conversations with some of the youngins on the show lately. What kind of movies?
I think the last one I remember watching while I was driving was Not Another Teen Movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the
All
last
right.
one I watched. Yeah.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
I see why you're cringing at that one.
What is that supposed to mean,
Actually,
Sorg?
I mean that'd be a rough one.
It is. It was. It was awful. It's like listening.
I would
to
imagine
it's
that
as
movie
bad as his
doesn't
jokes.
play.
What's
I
it?
would imagine that movie doesn't play as well if you're not watching it too.
Well, I was kind of watching it.
At the corner of his eye, yeah, but I was the one in the passenger seat.
The trick is you put a movie on that you would just put in the background, like
A
if you were
comfort
at
movie,
home.
right?
Yeah, just
This
something
is like
that. You
this
don't
is like
have
when
to-
I'm sick. I like pretty much watch half of the MCU. It's
Like-
just like it's on. If I pass out, that's okay. Or I put on Bill and Ted and wake up when the credits come and just kind of jam out to that and fall back to sleep, like that kinds of thing, right?
I think the last thing I watched in the car that was planned, or not planned, but I think, which you hated that I did this. I watched the most recent season of Love is Blind
Mm-hmm.
on a trip to West Virginia. Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
I'm glad you're so productive.
boy.
I can't get anything done in the car. Like I'm just like on flipping through Twitter and retweeting and maybe like making some TikToks out of whatever I just came from or something. Like that's it. I can't get productive in the car or consume anything or play a game on my phone or
I was
anything
gonna
like
say
that.
I don't know if watching a whole season of Love is Blind is necessarily productive.
Well, no, but I don't know. That seems there's a lot of shows I could be getting watched.
Why is it not
yeah.
But
productive?
I mean, I can handle the video and everything else like that as long as he doesn't talk. Because usually that's what happens. Like if I'm driving and I'm like got my earbuds in, I've got one earbud in so I could hear like any directions or anything like that, and I listen to my podcast and I kind of get in the zone of driving, and then somebody won't shut up, and I have the noise canceling headphones on,
Yeah.
and he won't stop talking.
Ponder points out, but Claudio tells jokes in 5 languages.
That's true.
Ooh.
So there's your next You know any other languages?
I know a little bit of French, but
Not enough for dad jokes.
not enough for Dutch.
Mm.
We.
Oh my God.
Fromage, yeah. Fromage.
Really sorry.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm sorry. I just want.
Isn't that cheese?
I got a Yes, it is.
So,
Oh.
yeah, I took Latin, so.
Well, I feel like if you take Latin, you can probably figure out any language.
No,
yeah.
you cannot.
No.
I took like 4 years of Latin. I don't remember
Yeah,
anything.
A lot of stuff
You
derives
take
from
Latin, the most thing you can figure out is Harry Potter spells.
Yeah, it's about it.
One
Really,
movie-
it really is.
That's one movie I don't want to watch on a road trip.
No.
I'm not a huge Harry
You should-
Potter fan.
Have you seen The Circle on Netflix?
So I like the first season, but
You're
I can't
addicted to the
get
first season.
I can't get into any of the other seasons. But I have been told that I would be great on The Circle.
Yeah, you would be
Yes.
great on it. Okay.
Yeah, categorically.
Yeah, but
Yep.
we'll talk
Yeah.
more about my reality TV show life later.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, okay.
Teaser.
I have
Anyway.
a fun story.
Okay, we'll get into that.
Okay.
So anyway, so theory is the obvious thing. They've obviously planted a couple of seeds for that. But Mike, you have like another theory going on. God, I
Yeah,
hate using that word now.
Because I don't want to see
A
that.
theory about
No,
theory.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to see fucking Theory go. to the
No.
show.
I
see
like
that at all.
theory.
I don't mind him.
He bothers me. I don't know.
I think it's the point where he's got like how kind of like I feel like Seth Rollins was for me, like, or actually how Roman Reigns was. You're just shoving him down everybody's throat and hoping that it'll
Oh, yeah.
catch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's got the rocket. He's got
that, and I'm like, and it still hasn't caught with me for Roman Reigns at all.
See, I just don't like that they took away Austin from his. I mean, I get why they did. I understand.
They're
that.
changing everybody's names to like
Well,
silly
but like,
things.
I mean, they should have never debuted him as Austin Theory if they were worried about people comparing him to Steve Austin.
Well,
I don't know if that's
'cause
the case, but that's
you have to realize it was two separate teams. One they introduced him, and then one they reintroduced him to Raw. Like it's the same reason Nikki Cross became Nikki ASH when Karrion Cross came to Raw.
well, yeah.
Why we're still at Nikki ASH when Karrion Cross is controlling his narrative, I don't know. But
Well, my thing is, I mean, they brought him in as Austin Theory, so why wouldn't they just change his name at the start?
Mm-hmm.
If that was going to be the overall
That's
issue.
what he was on the Indies too. So.
Right. And if they're changing people's names anyway, like I don't.
I think there's it's that corporate structure destroying us because there's how many people back there. I mean, how many agents do you see come out whenever there's a poll part and you're like, oh hey, Sanjay works here and Davari works here and Drake Maverick works here. You know
it's
what I mean?
basically like, hey, look, there's 2010's TNA.
Yeah, they basically did at this point, right? But and Sanjay was there for a while, right? So you got all those people like working through those matches through names with legal, creative, and then funneling everything through Vince. Ideally, probably, right? I just feel like there's so many moving parts. Like, of course, it doesn't make sense sometimes. It's great when it comes together. And you have something like, like you guys talked about last night on the show about how the John Cena segments, like there was a nice thread of that throughout the entire thing. But also you had John Cena to work with.
But you also had John Cena there.
Yeah.
So it's not like that whole pay-per-view built around The Rock and he wasn't there.
Yeah.
I mean, at least John Cena showed up.
Yeah.
Remember we watched it and it was like one of the most boring pay-per-views because it was like every segment was about The Rock and there was like matches about The Rock and everything about The Rock and you were praying at the end that The Rock showed up to face Roman Reigns.
was
And
it was Survivor Series.
Yeah, it was Survivor Series.
25th anniversary of The Rock.
Yeah, it was like
So basically, like what they just.
Oh,
So it was
yeah,
basically
yeah.
what they just did with John Cena. We're like, hey,
but at least John Cena was there.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
as somebody who you can't see me, he at least was there to be
Rock
seen.
was busy.
Rock was Black Adaming somewhere.
And
you know.
it's still made for like the dumbest narrative of a pay-per-view.
Yeah, and we went through the COVID area of some of those taglines were so bad. But anyways.
But anyway, so
Go ahead.
So I don't really want to see Theory versus John Cena.
No.
I saw a tweet earlier today from the WWE Fox account that said Cena can become a Grand Slam champion if he goes after the Intercontinental Championship. currently held by Gunther.
Oh shit.
And Gunther retweeted this and said, "Let's go." And I'm like, that's the match I want to see. That's what I'd rather see. I'd much rather see John Cena go for, if he's not going to go for his 17th World Championship, and he wants to go for something that he hasn't done in his career, that makes a hell of a lot more sense.
Yes.
I would rather see Theory.
My God, Cena versus Gunther, yes.
What was that, Tyler?
Please.
I'd rather see him wrestle Theory than Gunther.
Really?
I hate that they renamed him Gunther.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I think if I had to think of like the more entertaining match for me, it would probably be Theory, as opposed. I mean, for me, it probably would be.
I think there would be more a character involved in that match, but I mean, I think I don't know, because this isn't like U.S. title reign Cena where he's wrestling all these 5-star matches. Like, this is a return match. I just don't think it would make sense for him to wrestle Gunther.
Yeah, and like, my biggest thing is like, I just hope it doesn't end up with him versus Roman, because I don't think that, to me, that would be a worse setup than.
Yeah, but it's SummerSlam.
I know, but like, to me, that would be a
and
worse.
we did Cena and Roman last year too. That's why I don't think.
Yeah, it would be a worse. It would be a worse setup, because like right now you've like, I think the whole reason, like, they don't have anybody to. They haven't built anybody to wrestle Roman, and then you can only do. They've already overdone Brock Lesnar,
and we lost Cody.
Yeah, and there's no Cody, and like.
Yeah, I feel like you bring back a John Cena, you need you're like you said, you need a marquee match, and I don't know if like Austin's too new, right? You need somebody like, hey, throw him with Owens, or I can't even think of anybody. Like Seth is another one I can think of. Drew's a face, and not just somebody to waste, like Theory.
I know,
right?
But I feel like the problem is that they've spent like these past few years not really building people to that level.
No,
and
that's everywhere.
I know that, but I mean, like, I feel like that's why I've lost interest in WWE.
I feel like that's a crush, man. Like that's yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, I don't know. It's perplexing, but again, I can't speak too much because they're making money. So
I kind of disagree with that.
What do you mean?
Drew McIntyre wasn't built up.
What?
Yeah,
you said they haven't built anyone
Drew.
up,
No. What I was saying is like it feels to me like they rely a lot on the people who have been there. I know they rely a lot on the people who have been there forever, like Seth and Roman, and they're entertaining in their own right. But once people like they start aging out, or they start like not doing as much, there's no real like. They really don't have anybody. At least I don't think. I mean, I opinion, I don't think they see. I don't see anybody who has. They've really built that level of star power, because they've had people, and then they look like they've had people they could build, like Finn or Ricochet and stuff like that. But what have they done with them?
But do you see them becoming big time John Cena level world champions, or
But I don't think. I think we're past that era where you could be that.
Where you could be the Hulk Hogan of the company.
Yeah.
I think if you're gonna do that, it's either gonna be Bianca, Becky, or Sasha.
Are we at a point where, because I've been thinking about this with something like WWE or even AEW to a point too, where there's not like one marquee person at AEW that you could really say, right? Other than whoever's maybe the champion at the time. Like, it's like a smattering
and even if it is the champion at the time. Because
so is it not smarter for a company, rather than have big marquee person? Like, I feel like they have so many people there that individually are, have a giant fan base. Your Biancas, your Beckys, your Charlottes, your Kevin Owens, your Bobby Lashley's, that kind of line of things. So now collectively, and this is why they're making so much damn money, because so many people, like a giant set of people, like, I want to see Bobby Lashley kill people. I want to see Drew McIntyre do things. I want to see Kevin Owens be Kevin Owens, right? They are kind of. It feels more and more from what you guys are telling me on Raw on Mondays. Like that show has been filling out more. And things, there's less just shit's happening, and people are kind of moving up and down, but I feel like you just have this giant show of any of these guys can be relatively plugged into the world title scene at any time, except for when like we're doing big time Brock Lesnar stuff, right? It,
I mean, yes and no, but they've already tried a lot of different guys with Roman. The only person they really haven't is Drew. And it seems like they're saving that. And to a degree, Nakamura. Like they teased the Nakamura Roman thing and then they pulled back on it. Like I think they're kind of in a scramble mode right now because I think the plan for SummerSlam was Randy Orton and Roman because that's somewhat fresh, at least this version of Orton and this version of Roman. But with him being injured too, like Orton and Cody out at the same time really kind of
that really messed it up. But even the past, I don't know how long he's been champion, but I think when it comes to, for me at least, the main events of any pay-per-views or anything like that, the least interesting one on the card for me is usually the Roman match because I'm just kind of at this point because it's just win after win after win after win. And I think I felt that way for a while with that matches. I'm more interested in the opening matches.
I think it depends on the feuds. The Roman and Jey Uso feud when his reign first started, that was really really good and really interesting. I think they couldn't do that feud now because a lot of that feud required the quietness of the Thunderdome. And for them to tell an intimate story inside the cell and everything.
And kind of going off that point too, it felt more real because there was more of a backing to it. So, it didn't even matter that, Uso might not have been the title contender that everyone thought he was, but everyone wanted to see what was going to happen, even though we kind of already knew it was going to happen. But that's wrestling, right? I mean,
when we get to The Rock, you're going to have a lot of that stuff already built in, too.
Right.
No, absolutely.
And especially Roman is using the rock bottom now. There's stuff that he's slowly putting. I mean, even on the Young Rock show, they put in a tease for Roman versus Rock at WrestleMania. It's ridiculous, but it's in there. There's a young version of Roman screaming to his mother, acknowledge me or something. and Rock's like, yep. That's my cousin Roman, and the little kid is climbing on the teenage Rock and saying, "Fight me, fight me, fight me." He's like, "No, that's a match that has to be saved for WrestleMania." And I'm like, "Oh, you sons of bitches."
I mean, me personally, if it comes to WrestleMania and they do wrestle, I'm gonna be really disappointed if The Rock doesn't win. I know that the expectation is he probably won't, but for me, if it goes past that, and if Roman is still a champion after that, I would probably lose all. I mean, I wouldn't be very interested in the match just because. Where do you go from there? Let The Rock win the belt. He maybe. I don't know. I'm just I am so tired of watching Roman Reigns.
I don't even know if it needs a title.
I don't think it does.
It would be better if it didn't have a title, probably.
Yeah, but I mean,
honestly,
there's no way that they can
but
not let Roman win that one.
I think there's a way.
I would much rather.
I think there's
after this long of the head of the table thing.
Okay,
it
so
would be
I'll
so
throw out
much
a
better
couple
if The Rock
scenarios.
won.
I'll throw out a couple scenarios I've been thinking of. Obviously, you have Money in the Bank, which is always a way to get a belt off someone that kind of doesn't need the belt anymore. I think we're leaning towards Drew winning that and maybe cashing in at Clash at the Castle in Wales, where he can win kind of among his countrymen. I think there's also and Tina said this in the chat room, but I think there's a world where Sami Zayn beats Roman.
I don't see
with
it.
the help of The Rock.
I
I think there's a world in which that happens.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sami Zayn's been putting on such quality work though, and has never gotten the big shot.
No,
Right.
We just need El Generico and Sami Zayn versus both the Eliases. That's what you need.
Yeah.
That's the only thing we care about.
Versus John Cena and Juan Cena.
And Juan Cena.
Yes. I like all these ideas. All right. Well, we'll see what happens there. I'm sure we'll see. I'm sure we will see or not see. I'm more excited that Eagly from Peacemaker apparently made an appearance last night. So
I didn't watch Peacemaker.
That was like
Oh,
the one.
Peacemaker's real good.
That was the one that I enjoyed that he hated.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Oh,
I
man.
tried.
Weird.
I tried and I couldn't get into it, but I also.
Did you like Suicide Squad, the new one?
It was okay.
Oh,
See, I
I
like
just-
the new
I love
Suicide
it.
Squad.
I
It's always.
love
I'm really
it.
bad when it comes to stuff like that because I love the Marvel Cinematic Universe a lot.
Yeah.
But I like DC heroes more. But
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just don't like
It's like they put the universe together better, but
the DC movie
Yeah.
universe is
It-
awful.
yes.
Every
If
yes.
you like,
aspect of
if you
it.
like DC, do you watch Young Justice?
I watch the cartoon stuff. I do not watch
Okay.
anything with Superman in it because I don't like Superman.
Okay.
I know he's in it. I like Superboy. I don't like Superman.
Okay.
And I don't like anything. I hate Henry
Did you watch
Cavill.
Titans?
I watched
Titans
that.
is real good.
That's the only
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
I've,
yeah.
that's the only.
Real
That's the
good.
only
It's real
DC
fucking
show
good.
I have watched.
Yeah.
Okay. I would, if you haven't seen Young Justice.
I always.
Definitely.
Yeah. No. I've watched all of
Yeah.
those.
Okay.
I'll watch the
Okay.
animated stuff. I just.
Oh yeah.
Superman's my least favorite
Anime
superhero
stuff
of
has
all
always
time.
been. I mean, they've
Oh,
barely
and-
missed on animated since the early '90s.
Yeah.
And actually, you know what's really good live action DC? Stargirl.
I've seen bits.
First
and pieces
season
of
was
it.
good.
You,
First
you
first
wouldn't
season was
think
very
it.
good.
It's adorable.
Yeah.
It's absolutely adorable.
I'd have
it's,
to
it's
reactivate
kind of
HBO Max.
it's kind of like Miss Marvel in a way.
Yeah. Yeah. Miss Marvel is more fun though.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's in that it's got that Marvel fun vibe to
Mm-hmm.
it. But I mean, but Stargirl also has a less depressing DC vibe to it too. Anyways,
Mm-hmm.
well, we can cross the multiverse of professional wrestling, everybody, and you guys can check out our new Ryse Tag Team Champions. I always have pause because I keep thinking because I know the other one's a Grand Champ. Grand Tag Team Champions. Let's just go with it,
Did you look that up?
right? I mean, and you can
Only
catch.
grand because we have them.
You can catch that. You can catch a lot of their career and other championships they've won over at IndyWrestling.us. This show, well, I'm actually looking to edit this show that you won the championships this week because I've been a little busy, unfortunately.
Waiting
But
on
I'm
you,
sorry.
sir.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Your producer's coming back next month. There will not be a wait after next month's Ryse show, okay? Chachi's coming back. He's back from Alaska, okay? He went all the way to Alaska to get out of working for Ryse.
Okay.
I don't know what you've been doing to him over there.
We've been winning.
Mm.
That's what we've been doing.
I got it. He's just like, please let me do this dance recital 3 hours away instead of coming in Ryse next month. And I'm like, why? And now I guess
You
I know.
really want to do that?
Yeah.
Kids. Ugh.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But you can check out everything at IndyWrestling.us, including programming note. We have, if you're on YouTube, you may have already gotten the notification. We have a brand new show coming out. As you know, we've been showcasing a lot of the our local promotions here that we work with at IndyWrestling.us over on Grind City, and showing a lot of those, replaying a lot of those on YouTube. Starting on Wednesday night, June 29th, we will be premiering a new program, a new version of the program, if you will. That's going to be Steel City Slams. It's going to feature Ryse Wrestling. It's going to feature Victory Championship Wrestling, 2PW Prospect Pro Wrestling, and RWA. We're going to do our best to feature a match from each of those every episode, including it will also keep you up to date on what shows are happening soon. There's going to be an event calendar. There's going to be promos are going to be a part of that, letting you know what shows are coming up in the area, and also things that are coming up that might be streaming in the near future as well. That is going to be on Grind City. Our friends over there at grindcity.biz. Download the app on Android and Roku and everything like that. It'll premiere Wednesday nights. I think it's at 11 o'clock on them. We're going to have it 10 o'clock in the old slot. We've been doing replays on the YouTube channel for IndyWrestling.us. And I am awaiting the connection, but we are also going to be debuting that on another platform that I think a lot of you know in pro wrestling in the very near future. That's in the works right now, and maybe a fourth we're talking to too. Those discussions are ongoing. So this is meant to, I mean, in my mind, I've always wanted to do something that was like the old WWF Super superstars, you know, for Pittsburgh, for these promotions, for you guys that are, you know, I mean, you guys that are, you know, the Runway is a perfect example of a team that's been through a lot of these promotions, and you can kind of follow along with that. And these are going to be newer matches. The first show, if my thing works here, I can pull up the list. I know we are going to feature Madman Fulton on that first episode. Cowpoke Paul versus Christian Noir from a couple episodes ago on Ryse. We are going to have the championship match at 2PW of Jamie Jameson versus Jason Gorey. And we will also be having, and again, you know, featuring a lot of the promos and content that you see on some of the social media for a lot of the promotions as well. Also featured on that is going to be Reign Victoria and Dream Girl Ellie. Ellie is one that some of you may have seen on AEW Dark over the last several months. So, and again, features on there with Delirious and John Roden and Patrick Hayes. So that's going to be on, you know, if you follow on the IndyWrestling.us YouTube, if you follow us on Grind City, and we'll be having more information as some of the other platforms open up as well. And again, it's going to be newer stuff. If you want to dip into because we've really kind of featured kind of older matches in those showcases in the past, but we are going to feature like more recent matches as we go and have those build to the shows to hopefully get you guys into it and following along if you're not subscribing to the networks or anything like that. So go check that out. Steel City Slams episode 1 over there, and that's our new thing coming out over on IndyWrestling.us platforms, wherever you and connect to all the social media, of course, and we'll have all the information on there as well. And I'm already putting together a list for next week's episode, and I'm very excited about what that's going to look like here. A lot of really, really hot matches that we've had here in the last month from June. I've had listed as we're going through. Maybe a championship match or two as well. So look out for that. And excited to get that to be on. And I'm really excited to. I'm hoping this is going to be something that's going to open up new platforms to these promotions that they have never been on before. So, because if anything, Pittsburgh wrestling needs to be on more streaming platforms, as we've discussed in the past. And I've been working very hard on trying to get that happen over the last year. So, and I'm hoping that happens here. This is the next step forward. So go check it out. IndyWrestling.us. Thank you, everybody that has been subscribing, whether to the network, whether you're getting the VODs or DVDs, and there's DVD subscriptions people have signed up for, or the ringside members to get just the shows over on the YouTube as well, however you would like to do it. And just if you want to watch the shows easily on whatever TV device, I know our network, we do have the kind of Chromecast function if you do that, but if you subscribe to our ringside members, now everything has YouTube. So now you can watch Ryse Wrestling. You can watch all the promotions right there on your television. Easier, just log into your YouTube account, just like how Impact does the ringside stuff when we were going to watch Against All Odds this Friday, right? Like exactly the same way how they do that. And of course, if you have VODs, Vimeo app is on about every platform as well. So just making it easier for you guys to watch your indie wrestling. Go check all of it out. But one of those things, like I said, we can check out here very soon is the championship victory of the Runway, who are joining us here today. And you had a gauntlet match for this, right? Like, it was an interesting way that you guys ended up getting this, I think, Primal Fear. I keep wanting to say the video game.
Jeez, I mean.
But Primal Rage would be a good team name.
It's a video game.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, but how many characters are based off of a video game that shares similar names?
The video game was fighting dinosaurs and like monkeys.
It doesn't matter. Wrestling doesn't make sense half the time.
Okay.
I mean, there is a beast.
And there is actually a fighting dinosaur in wrestling. So
if not a couple,
actually, there was a whole stable of them in Lucha.
I just got friended by the Rad Boys dinosaur on Instagram the other day. I'm like, what the hell? Everybody has an account. So.
Oh boy. I mean, an interesting way we won these. That was a little backhanded sort.
No. I mean,
I feel like
you had a gauntlet match. I was, that's always kind of interesting. That's a different.
Hey, we won these titles fair and square.
Oh, I'm not saying I haven't seen the footage yet, so I'm not one to judge. But it was a gauntlet match. There's a lot that goes into that. Yeah. There's a lot of, I mean, it isn't a lot of planning and chance going into that.
There's no chance that we weren't going to win the titles. What are you talking about? Like,
We pinned the actual champions.
Okay. Okay.
Nobody else did. It was us.
All right. Fantastic.
so everyone can say that we didn't earn these.
And after Calvin has been at Ryse for as long as he has,
Yeah.
this is
Basically forever.
well deserved.
4.5
Yeah.
years. All
4.5
right.
Wow.
4.5 years. Numerous tag team partners.
Mm-hmm.
Finally.
After all that time,
Finally.
and several chances at the Grand Championship, some fantastic matches you turned in there in those efforts too. So you've been up and down that roster a lot.
Yeah.
But,
Should have won this grand.
of course.
Don't
of
even get me
course.
started on the grand championship. Like the 6-way in December.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, I should be the grand champion. Let me tell you why. I was the last man that was originally announced for that match.
That's right. There were a lot of replacements during that.
Okay, I was the last one eliminated that was originally announced in that match.
Mm-hmm.
So technically, I'm the Rise Grand Champion. But we don't want to talk about that because,
Get you come up someday. I'm sure he'll come back around.
that's fine.
Sorg,
It's fine. It doesn't
Sorg,
matter. I don't plan on losing this belt anytime soon. So
That's right. That's
Sorg,
right.
I'm
Yes?
sorry. I have to apologize, Sorg. Yes, we have a detractor in the chat room.
We do.
Bradley, get
Yeah.
out of the chat.
Oh, gee.
Now, all right,
What?
okay, hold on.
And I know
Bradley,
you knew
Bradley's
it,
saying you
Bradley.
guys beat one guy to win the titles. You know what? You can only beat who's in front of you.
You can
I'm
only
sorry.
beat.
I'm sorry, Bradley. I don't know if you forgot, but we also defeated Primal Fear.
We beat the actual tag team champion, so there's that. And
Just stop. He's not even worth it. He's not
no,
even
It's
worth
okay.
it.
No, we're gonna prove. I'm gonna throw him
Bradley.
into
It's
a
Bradley,
wall
you know.
again.
He's
Yes.
the butt of all of our jokes because he hates butts.
So
Nah,
So
right.
I still don't understand that.
That's because he
but-
was making fun of my shirt the other day.
No, he hasn't liked butts for years.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Also, have you seen his jean shorts that he wears? His
Mm.
shorts are awfully frumpy.
Frumpy.
Bradley and John Cena, 20 years of jorts.
And that's why, if you're on video, you see that we've dressed up, Mike and I. Are those Spider-Men on your shirt?
This is Amazing Fantasy 15. I decided to go Spider Chic.
Oh, there you go. And
Spider Chic. You know what, Mike? I like that.
there
Thank you.
We just have one question about Sorg's outfit.
What? This is the second time I've worn my New Japan shirt.
Well, no,
jacket.
it's not that.
It's-
It's a
it's-
classy.
it's
I mean,
good. Look
you
at
just
this.
discovered
I mean-
it. You just discovered it has pockets.
I did. I'm
Yeah.
really excited about that.
I'd like to talk about the zipper.
Yeah, why don't you
Wait,
zip?
what's wrong
Why
with
don't you
this?
zip? Why don't you zip that up for us, Sorg?
Don't unzip it because of what's
Oh,
underneath.
weird.
I haven't taken the tag off yet.
But he has to keep it zipped up because you don't want to see what's underneath.
Well, it's just.
No,
I
no,
just
no,
have-
no, no. Put that
I
back.
support a guy
Alright.
in the main
No, no,
event.
no.
All right.
Main events for everybody.
We get it.
I don't
Book
know
more
if that
tag
includes you
matches. We
guys,
get it.
but I
Been
mean,
there, done that.
he's been around. I saw Duke. I don't know if he was at the last one, but I saw Duke popped up in Baldwin.
Yeah.
So, I mean, are we concerned about the main event maybe coming back for those titles?
No.
No, not at all.
I mean, he was the
mean,
commentator for our match, but
Try it, dude.
Okay.
Try it, Gannon.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they've been around a bit, and you guys have been around a bit too. So
You know how long it took me to get this belt? Please, come on.
yeah.
Come on.
So you're gonna hold it for the 4.5 years that you waited for it?
I mean, I plan on holding it for as long as I can, but
Absolutely.
like 4.5 years is a long time, so
Yeah,
I mean, I
that's
will
like,
if
that's
I
like,
have to.
That's
but-
like 2.5 Roman Reigns at this point.
Yeah. But you guys have been going around, getting around a good bit, of course. So, it seems like you're in a different state every time I see in your social media. So, where have you guys been getting around lately?
Ooh.
Where
Good question.
you been watching movies on the way to lately?
New Jersey
New
quite
Jersey.
often.
Yeah.
New Jersey, West Virginia,
Massachusetts,
That was a long drive.
Ohio.
Yeah.
We've got a lot more coming up too.
Yeah.
I got reached out to for South Carolina for us.
Yeah. We
Sorting
also have
that
some
out.
surprises coming up.
Oh, yeah.
But
Okay.
Well, I don't want to.
We'll debut that when it needs to
Yeah.
be debuted.
I don't want to.
when it gets debuted.
Yeah, I don't want to give too many hints, but
Okay.
it's gonna be it's probably one of it's exciting. We're excited about it.
Good. I mean, you've been around a bit. You've done the Effy shows around WrestleMania. Well, no, wait, WrestleMania or the placeholder one. I can't remember. There's all ones together.
Collective.
I know the last few years.
Well-
but yeah, the collective, of course.
We'll say this about the one coming up. It is definitely going to put an eye on Pittsburgh for
Yeah.
wrestling.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, I guess it could. I don't.
For tag teams.
We talking about the same thing?
Yeah, we are talking about the same thing.
Maybe there's two surprises then.
Maybe we aren't talking about the same thing.
Either way, keep.
I know what I'm talking about. He might not know what he's talking about.
Find out.
We'll all find out together, apparently. So some really great stuff happening there. Of course, you got Ryse coming up here in a couple of weeks. Another show, the Ryse Rumble. I know it's featuring. We're excited. Delirious is going to be there, an old favorite of ours. I mean, I think it was on some of the first shows I saw in the area. Some 20, almost 20 years ago.
Literally the first indie wrestler I ever bought merch from.
Yeah, exactly. And here in Pittsburgh too, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
I got the last mask he had at his gimmick table.
There you go.
I
There
bought
you
it
go.
immediately.
But there's going to be a Ryse Rumble happening here on July 9th down in Uniontown. And you guys have another interesting match going on, like from a gauntlet to a four-way championship match. It's a four corners match that's going to be going on here. And you got, of course, you're familiar with, of course, we saw you in Baldwin against Tad and Brandon K. We'll have Brandon K on next week.
We won.
Yeah, there's that.
Yeah, Brandon's like what, falling apart? Is that why he wasn't
We'll
there?
see what happens next week when he's
abandoned
on the
Tad.
show. We'll see what happens next week
Okay,
when he's
I'm
on the
just
show.
saying.
Yeah, we'll
Calm
get it.
down.
We'll get an update from him, or maybe a little bit of a scouting report for you guys in the long run, right? I mean,
I
if there's
would-
anything you want me to ask,
I mean, we can easily
as
scout
friends.
people, except for Tad. I mean, you have to have a follower
but I
account
mean,
for that.
you got somebody you're not unfamiliar. You got Keith Hott and Tyler Vox teaming up again, and Warhorse. Have you guys experienced the Warhorse?
In Ryse, we have not.
In Ryse, you haven't. Okay.
I mean, Calvin has history with Vox, so.
We're talking about Warhorse, not Bob.
Well, I was talking about Keith and Vox.
Well, they'll throw them all together. I mean, generally
skipping
the outlook
around.
of this match.
Yeah, I still need to give. I still have issues with Fox. But
Okay.
it doesn't really matter because guess who's the champion?
Mm-hmm.
This guy.
Mm-hmm. So going into it, so I mean, you got at least what I think Vox and Hot were former champions from earlier this year, and Warhorse has been tearing up the Indies lately. I don't know how many belts they have at this point, and now they're gunning for yours. So
They're not taking these home, so it doesn't matter. I don't
I'm
care
not
how
saying
big you are.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm worried for your championship. I'm more worried about your health.
What? Sir, stop.
I mean,
I'm worried about your health with that tag that's still
wait,
You
on.
do
I'm-
realize
I'm-
it is
I
summer
just-
and you're
I'm-
wearing a long sleeve shirt,
I'm
right?
trying to be fashionable.
Yeah, are you
I
trying
mean,
to have a
AC's
heat
humming,
stroke?
bumping in here, but it's all right. I forgot to wear it to Forbidden Door, so I'm trying to make up for it. So, anyways, you wear for special occasions, right?
Okay, I'll
Fashion
take that.
versus comfort
I'll take
is,
that.
right?
That's
Leave.
fair. That's
Okay.
fair. Fair point.
Okay. I've tried. I hope I've learned something from you over these. Calvin, I've known you for so long. I think I filmed your first match
You did.
all those years ago.
You did.
And I it's not like I'm not taking notes. I mean, I apply them all the time. I know.
I've never seen you wear any gold.
At least he wears the Runway shirt.
That's fair.
I have seen him post on social media. We will
That's
give that to
I
fair.
Sorg.
brought it to California,
does.
Los
He's
Angeles.
been-
We wore that stuff.
Yeah, he's
I
been
do.
out.
I do also have a new shirt design in production,
Oh.
and I think you're gonna want one. You're gonna want one.
Okay.
Sorg, if you're all about taking advice from me, all right, it's gonna
Okay.
say on it.
Okay.
Ready for this?
Okay.
Fashionista in training.
Oh, I love it.
Okay. I think
Shirt was
love
used
it.
to me.
that works.
You knew that.
No, I don't remember that shirt. When was
I
that?
have the design on my phone.
You never showed that to me.
I did too. You're gonna be like, oh,
Sorg, I think you should get the shirt, wear the shirt, and then we
You
film
didn't show
you
that to
doing
me.
the Batista dance because you're confused.
The Batista dance. Wait, what the
Because it's
I
fashion.
walk alone or oh
Yeah.
okay.
Get it?
Okay, I
It-
got you.
It's a joke.
yeah, I didn't know where you were going with that one. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It was a stretch, admittedly.
It was definitely a stretch. I mean, look at
Admittedly
those.
a stretch.
He's just leaning into it with those dad glasses right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't even need glasses.
You do look
I
like
just-
somebody's. You do look like somebody's father. You look like
I might be,
you look like you're here for a parent-teacher conference.
Kind
and
of.
I'm very disappointed.
Or is he the teacher?
He
He looks like he's like supposed to be the art teacher.
I was gonna say he's at least a teacher.
He looks like the art teacher that's desperately trying to connect with the kids to join the art class because he's the cool guy.
Hey
in the Marvel
gang!
shirt.
Hey gang!
I'm the guy who walks into class, takes his chair, swivels it around like,
Oh my
all right,
God.
kids, let's rap.
That is the
Oh my
thing I
God.
should have done when I was adjunct teaching at PTI. But they didn't have chairs; they were like weird stools. Anyways, God, that was a nightmare.
It's like the principal that tries to be one of the kids to like hear about all the bad things kids are doing. Just wear something trendy.
So tell me about
What's up, fellow?
But it's
youths?
not trendy at all.
Hey, Utes. Yes, exactly.
Utes.
Youths. What is cooking people?
What?
Hey, Utes.
Sorry,
you guys
sorry.
are also involved this weekend in Enjoy Wrestling.
Yes.
I gotta
Yes,
say
we
it.
are.
Listen. This is one of those things where I buy a ticket and didn't even look at the damn card because
What?
I mean, I'm seeing the graphics there. I know there's
But
a tag team.
you knew we were on.
I know
the
you
show.
were on this show. I know you guys have been doing all kinds of stuff.
Yeah,
with
and you
Enjoy
said
Wrestling.
you didn't know what the card was. You knew the
I
runway
mean,
was
I
going to be there.
know what the
so
hell
you're
you're
like,
doing. I just know you're there. You know, I
don't
saw.
know-
You don't know what we're
You
doing.
don't know what we're
Wait,
doing.
wait, I don't know what
Do
you're
you know
doing.
who
I
we're
saw you were,
wrestling?
Do you know who
you
we're
were hanging out
wrestling?
with David Lots. No, I
Do you
don't.
know-
I literally
Oh.
don't.
Okay,
That's why I invited you on the show.
Sorg.
Sell me on the
Sorg.
show that I'm going to.
Can I? Do you want to know who we're wrestling?
Yeah, I mean it's not a surprise or anything.
We are wrestling
Yes.
the current GCW Tag Team Champions, Effy and Allie Katch.
Holy fuck.
Oh wow,
That's fucking awesome.
Like he
All right.
doesn't. It's like he
And that's why I buy a ticket unseen. So
gonna throw something.
I
at
haven't been able to go to. I didn't go to the first Mr. Small show because I was busy with some gig I had going on. But you know, I if I'm open, I'm going. Like this has become one of those shows where I know I attended one, seen some of the YouTube show early on, and those guys are creating a really cool atmosphere there that nobody else is doing. Period. Like it just nobody else is doing. And that's exciting. Like it's a whole different audience, whole different vibe, and it's happening relatively in the city. It's Millville. It's across the river. Like it counts. Baldwin's. I consider Baldwin a city show.
Yeah.
When you guys come up here for Ryse, and that is the thing. And you know, I've been very vocal about this lately. I want Pittsburgh wrestling, not within an hour of Pittsburgh wrestling. I want Pittsburgh wrestling, and because I know there's so many people in the city where we have like one of the arguably, I know we were in the doghouse, best fans in wrestling that we see at AEW and WWE, and they deserve to have the Enjoy Wrestlings and the Wrestle Rexes and the Ryse Wrestlings that come into town, you know, because that is like this could turn us into Chicago.
Well,
This
think
could,
about it.
you know, yeah.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
think about it. It's performers. It's these wrestlers that are coming in that you can't see anywhere else, and you probably won't see anywhere else in the
nobody
Pittsburgh
else is
market.
Nobody else is booking Bussy in the area.
No.
GCW is not coming to the area.
Where else can you see the GCW Tag Team Champions versus the Ryse Wrestling Tag Team Champions?
Right, exactly. I mean, that's a clash right there. Who's better? So
Us, obviously.
yes,
Who's better? That would like that's.
Effy's only ever had us on his side before.
that is true. That is
All
true
right.
against Black Hand Society at Polycall, right?
Yep. And
Yes.
he's telling us that this is going to be the fight of our lives.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason why he's always had us on his side. All right.
Exactly.
So I think everyone needs to come down to Mr. Smalls to see what's going to happen.
And
on
that's
Saturday
such a cool venue. I have a balcony seat.
You do.
The balcony
You have
seats
balcony seats.
Yes.
are actually probably one of the
Yeah,
best
that's the
seats.
best. Those are
I'm
the best
hoping.
ways to
I
say
think
it.
I got the one like over the.
Sorg's gonna jump off the balcony.
I
Don't tempt him.
Don't know. I'm acrophobic actually, so this is actually
know.
kind of a big thing for me.
Are you with? Are you going with Dutters? Is Dutters going?
That is. I'm actually taking the wife. Dutters is.
I almost said. Ooh,
Dutters
that's
was
even better.
supposed to be going, but I don't think she is now, unfortunately, due
Aw.
to other obligations that have come up.
We still
But,
love you, Dutters.
We still love Dutters.
But yes. But she was the first one to buy a ticket, and we've been trying to figure out.
And,
I've actually been
and
trying
to
to
be
figure.
fair, anywhere Dutters seats is automatically a balcony seat.
There's that too.
Just she's so tall.
Also, I was scared of heights, so that was a big deal for her too. But I think I'm like again. I don't know if I've been in there since the balcony's been put in, or at least been able to go up there or anything, or they extended it.
There's 2 balconies.
There's 2 balconies.
There's 2 balconies
I
because
think, right?
there was always the one in the back.
No,
because
there
like a
it's
church
all
thing.
it wraps around.
And there's the wraparound one now. That was
Yeah.
not there before.
Yeah, I
Like
don't
all these,
remember.
like all these. I think it was there a couple years ago, but we couldn't go up in it.
I honestly
One-
don't remember. Like I've gone to a few concerts there years ago.
Yeah, there
and
was not a balcony.
I remember. Okay, tell me if I'm wrong, Sorg. I remember them having an area where it was like you could only go back to the bar, but there was like something where it was
There was a divider for
there was
21
a divide,
plus.
right? Okay,
Yeah.
that's not there
Yes.
anymore. And I don't think
Yeah.
they have that anymore.
And then there was like the upstairs thing, but like I felt like that was like a handicap area or something.
Yeah, like you had to have special.
But now it comes like down the side. Listen, I did see wrestling in that room. And it was when Insane Clown Posse had their Tempest release party some years ago, and they did a JCW thing, and there was a ring in the middle of the thing, and some of the
Really?
and like they were there, but like Marshall and Gory and DeMarco were on those as the local guys, but then they had some of the lower end like Psychopathic Records people like performed like Boondocks and things like that. Nobody big, but ISP was there to say, hey guys, buy the CD or whatever, right? Like they did that kind of a show that was very interesting there, and it felt like a very uncomfortable thing because it was like standing room only. The ring takes up so much room in there because it's not a large room, right? It's a former church. If you don't know Mr. Smalls here in the Pittsburgh area, I've seen Guar there, ICP there. I've seen MC Chris there, like Five Finger Death Punch, Cottonmouth Kings. Like it's been
Everyone,
one of my
yeah.
favorite venues in the Pittsburgh area, post Metropole at least. It's been. I've actually never seen a concert at Stage IE. Only wrestling. Only NXT and Ring of Honor. So I can't even speak on that.
I've never seen an indoor concert at Stage 8.
See, I've never been on the outdoor side.
I've only seen outside concerts. I've never done an indoor.
And I was there once for a Alpha Lab session ending thing where they presented their products. So, everything but concerts basically. It was more like a tech conference. But anyways, so seeing the pictures and stuff I did from the last Enjoy, this was the second one they're doing at Mr. Smalls. So
This is
cool.
the
Third,
one.
is it?
Yeah.
Have
'cause
I
it
missed 2 of
was-
them?
Yeah.
No, this will be 4th.
No.
No, third.
They were at the
Sorry.
Priory.
Sorry, third.
I was at the
Third.
Priory show.
Because it was the one you were at the Priory show, then the
Yes.
next one was at Mr. Smalls, and
'Cause-
then the last one was at Mr. Smalls.
Because
This will be the third.
which was great going to the Priory and seeing a show where somebody didn't almost die. Because what? Well, okay, Ziggy, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Ziggy did jump off of.
I think I died.
How did you die?
No, it's watching that.
Oh. I was like, that wasn't the time that you didn't go through
Like
the door.
my heart stopped.
Yeah, exactly.
I was gonna say you could have died at the last one we were on when
No,
MD
I
tried to
would've-
put you through a door and you didn't go
I
through
would
the
have
door.
died. I almost died from.
And
Ziggy.
that was also Max versus MV.
Yep.
Max the Impaler versus MV Young,
Yep.
which again, somebody might have almost died there. There's a lot of doors. There was a lot of in the crowd, kind of thing. And I got to harass Rich Bikini. I was doing commentary. So, no, it's a really cool vibe going on there. That they got people like Rich and is Veda do commentary there too? Is
Veda
she
does
still
some
part of that?
commentary.
Okay.
They get Dombrowski every so
Dombrowski's
often.
done
to
it.
Has
come
been?
in.
Okay, that's great. Great stuff there. Again, talents that I've seen only on like Polycult and things like that, or at GCWs, or those kinds of things. It's just it's a different mix, and they're mixing up with guys like you from the area, and that's really really cool. To have all that kind of coming together here. So major props to what that Enjoy crew has done, like out of nowhere and coming out of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Their original show was supposed to happen like a month after COVID.
Yep.
And I was connected with another promotion that was supposed to start around the same time, and they didn't make it through COVID. So good on them for getting through it. So, but that's the Enjoy Cup Tag Team Edition. They're crowning that, and let's see, you guys, them. I see the production. Ziggy and Derek are in there. I actually do not recognize a lot of these other teams.
Kings of the
Dominic
District.
Greeny. Was it Violence
Violence
is
is
Forever?
Forever.
Which I just saw in Grand Rapids last week. Oh my God, those two.
And then
Rip City Shooters.
Rip City
City
Shooters.
Shooters, yeah, really big up. They've been through Ryse before in the past.
Yeah.
So, and of course, big staples up in AIW, up in Cleveland. So
Eddie and Pink.
Petty
Dylan
and Pink, yeah.
Dylan McQueen and Kinsey Page.
Okay.
And Kings of the District.
And Edith and Willow,
Yes.
who just got her first
Fantastic,
win
yeah.
on like AEW tonight.
Edith
Nice,
Surreal,
nice,
Willow
nice.
Nightingale.
So it's a good crew down there. Those are always fun shows.
And
Definitely
then the big title match.
Mm-hmm.
We
Lee.
have the return of Lee Moriarty
yes.
Lee
versus
versus
MV
MV
Young
and
versus
Trish
Trish Adora.
Holy shit.
That's gonna be a good one.
See, I wasn't worried buying a ticket.
See?
This is like, remember, I always used to say, Ring of Honor comes to town, I buy a ticket. I am not following the TV, but I buy the ticket. You know, these guys come around.
We shouldn't have told you. We
You shouldn't have
just let
told
you
me.
be
I was just
surprised.
but like,
Sorry.
oh fuck, they're here. You know, would have been me all night. You would have heard me. I would have been in the balcony above you guys, probably above your tag corner, because I'm sure it's pretty close to the ring. Just be like, you're taking on these guys.
Runway's wrestling who? What?
Yeah, exactly. So, and as also, I feel like I'm going to be close enough to yell at people in the ring, and I don't get a chance to do that too often these days. So,
Oh yeah, and we can. Yeah.
unless
you
I'm
will
like,
be.
unless I'm like, why the fuck is he going that way? The hard cam's this way. That's more what I'm usually doing. So I freaked. Mike,
the camera.
I don't know if you guys saw the clip where Mike Bennett ran off in the crowd on Sunday, because we talked about it last night. The dude has like insane energy, and he just like fucking goes, and he just went off in the crowd, and we're like, what the fuck do we do? What?
Oh my god.
Let's just wait till he comes back.
It's not. It's just not that kind of show where people just run off in the crowd, right? It's not fucking
Right.
GCW,
Right.
And we're not ready for it. And,
Yeah.
and we're like, oh my god, chase him! Oh my god, where'd he go? You know. And he's just going out in the crowd and just doing it,
Court's
high
not long
fiving
enough.
people and stuff. So, anyways, enjoy this weekend. And if you don't go, like those guys are on YouTube, right? Like all their
Yep.
shows are on YouTube.
Mhm.
Like
Yep.
so you can
Couple
catch
months
up.
after.
Couple months after, like they do a pretty cool YouTube thing going on. I haven't had a chance to watch it lately, but I know watch some of the early stuff, really good quality stuff. And so you can catch up on all that stuff that's going on there.
Yeah, because that's next week. That's this weekend. Next weekend after that is Ryse.
Yes.
And then the weekend after that, we're actually going to be in New Jersey at the H2O.
Nice. I hear great things about H2O.
Mhm.
Yes.
So we're going to be there, and then the end of July, like every weekend, we'll be there on that Sunday, and then we're going to be high
I'm pulling that up.
high
real quick.
tension, I believe.
No, we're somewhere before that.
Somewhere before-
But I want to pull that up to make sure. Oh yeah, we are going to be at MV Young's backyard
right.
barbecue.
Oh.
So
I
there's a
believe-
story with that one.
Okay. Oh, is there?
Yeah.
There's no story.
What?
There's no story.
Yeah, there was.
No, that's not a
Hi,
story.
people.
Hello, people outside.
It's not really a story.
I think it's funny.
Anyway.
Never mind.
That's 23rd, right?
yeah.
Yes.
And I do believe our Ryse crew, will be streaming that.
It's at
So-
the Voodoo Brewing Company
Yes.
in New Kensington here in Pittsburgh. So
Yes.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the polycult stuff, and I love that he's getting some interesting venues here in the area and kind of bringing that vibe more and more to Pittsburgh.
Outside, I love doing stuff in a brewery.
I also
Yes,
I don't
yes.
think I've ever wrestled in a brewery.
Yeah, and I feel like that's like the cool thing to do these
Yeah.
days,
So that's
right?
Like, that's like a first for
That's
me.
like
I'm
that's
excited.
a great wrestling hipster thing to do.
Yeah.
Though I-
Is
I will say, like, I'm a little sad at the poster because we look like Wilson from Home Improvement
But
with Lawless,
everybody,
like, just
but everybody
staring.
does.
Yeah, but we're too pretty for that.
you should put
Oh,
it,
I know
That's
what story
my
you're
opinion.
talking about now.
you got to
Yeah.
put it in your rider.
Okay, so the story
we didn't realize. So no, MV posted this picture, and we were like, ha 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 ha, that's so funny. And then we realized it was for a show.
The barbecue show.
Yeah, we didn't know.
Yeah,
we thought it was just. A
Hold
funny
on. I
picture.
think I'm gonna pull it up. I think this is the picture.
So,
Is this
yes,
it?
that's
That's
it.
it.
No, he messaged us. Is like, hey,
we forgot we forgot to talk about being on the show.
yeah. He's like, did I ask you guys about this date?
Oh.
And we're like, no, but we're
Either way, it
available.
doesn't matter. We're there.
We're there.
Yes.
But talking about some of the people on this show, and I know that this doesn't give a lot away, but we got some good peeps on this show, man.
Mhm.
Shay McCoy's coming back.
Mm-hmm.
We got Kings of the District coming back. Sazzy Boatwright coming in.
Which
I
we
think
just did.
I think that's the first time that they're going to be in Pittsburgh.
Mhm.
So that's going to be exciting.
we
Big
just
Game
did
Leroy.
we just
Big
always
did
Game
fun.
Leroy. Mike, I don't know if you remember, Big Game Leroy is the one that plays the Nintendo Switch in the ring usually.
Oh,
super
Excellent.
talented. I don't know
we
how.
had some great conversations with him on the.
Is his last name Jenkins?
No,
'Cause
but
I feel like it should be.
No, I get the reference, but no.
yes.
That was a bad reference, Mike.
You don't know. It's not a bad reference. You don't know what that is.
I just
You're not digging.
Especially if he plays the switch in the ring. Like I feel like
why do I not?
And
his
it's
move
legit,
should be
you
a
know?
pounce or a spear,
Leroy
and he
Jenkins.
should just scream Leroy.
You
Jenkins.
what that
Jenkins, the World of Warcraft thing.
I'm not, yeah, no, I'm
Years
not
ago.
stupid.
What?
Oh,
Okay.
Usually you are when it comes to video game
Oh
stuff.
boy. Oh boy.
All right, let's talk about who's stupid.
Here we go.
Oh man, this is where the video package of the break.
This is what good tag teams do. They argue, okay?
Yes. Yes.
Some
But it
people's
all
kids.
comes together. It all comes together. This is how they work it out. This is how they work it out. It is like a relationship, right? So
Unfortunately.
yeah.
What the fuck?
what?
Oh wait, no, wait. See, I told you you can have me not say bad words.
It's all right.
We got the explicit. We got the explicit at the beginning. Then we got
Yeah,
you taken
yeah,
care of.
we're fine.
We're good.
We're
We're
fine.
good. Yeah, you know. I mean,
Look, you know that I have like squirrel brain a lot of times. Okay,
and
literally
we do
like
have a
things
lot of
blur-
we have a lot of flashy things here in the studio
And,
too.
There
and-
are,
and it's
there
okay.
are.
John Cena says fucking Peacemaker a lot.
He does.
I
He does.
literally
So
like
John Cena can. If John Cena can say it, I think you guys are saying.
I have the worst habit of just blurting out things when I don't understand it and it's not good, or when something doesn't make sense.
Can't
I,
read
like,
the room.
Mm-mm.
No, I
Cannot read the room.
No,
Not.
no.
That's why I have very good facial expressions.
Too
in
much
wrestling. It's
detail
just, like,
about things that don't need detail.
my face is all over the place when I get like photo stills from. It's just like my tongue's out.
That's a visual for you guys in the podcast. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
no,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
It's just it's bad.
We'll clip that for Potter. Clip that.
Go
for
right
Potter.
ahead. There's a meme. My favorite photo right now is like from our promo with Enjoy, where I'm making all these weird ass faces, and like looking at Lawless, just going like, what? Too expressive, too emotive.
I don't even know how to do it.
Amazing. Great stuff coming up here. The Runway. Follow them on all the social media. You have an account for the tag team as well as individual. I think I'm on about everything, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it makes it a lot easier for me to tag you guys. Thank you. So
Does it though? Because you guys because you have to tag us, but you've got like 4 different accounts that you
Yeah,
have to
but he knows.
I just tag the tag team account and just be like, they'll figure it out. From
Yeah,
here.
it's
So like, we'll let your social media manager figure it out. But you check them out again. Ryse Wrestling, Enjoy Wrestling, MV's Backyard Barbecue Bash of Funness. Whatever
be
it's
great.
called. It's gonna be. I'm so sad I can't be there for that. Unfortunately, I'm also booked that day out of town. But again, our crew will be there. It'll be taking care of you guys, and they'll be streaming. I do believe, and everything. So I look forward to watching it. So. In the hotel room afterwards.
Gosh.
So, but anyways, hey, I watched your Ryse Wrestling Twitch debut from Las Vegas, so that was nice. So,
What?
well, last year when there
Got
was
it.
some streaming stuff.
Oh yeah.
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 So
Sorry, I had to think about what show that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it was like I know it feels like it was 3 years ago
It
at
does
this
feel
point.
like it was 3 years.
Like,
ago.
I had to
everything
think about
does.
that too. I was like, wait,
Yeah.
when did we do
Yeah.
that?
It was like, yeah, it was that one time with that thing and the stuff.
And then I realized that was
Yes.
the first match.
it was the one.
I was
Yes.
like, oh, that was the one.
So, hey, in the meantime, hey, we like to make sure our guests get fed when they're here in the studio, and have a big thanks thrown out to over the last decade or Slice on Broadway helping us out with that. If you're in the Pittsburgh area, their New York City style pizza, Yinzer made, verified by a New Yorker himself, right, Mike?
Absolutely, Slice on Broadway is delicious and even stays good after an 8-hour car ride.
That's right. I drove it to him, warmed it up in his kitchen, and he loved it. He loved it. It's warmed up. That's why I don't care if there's leftovers, because it's wonderful tomorrow, too.
And this is the bonus recommendation. My wife enjoyed it too, and she is harder to please with pizza than I am.
There you go. The People Pleaser Pizza, Slice on Broadway, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza for over a decade. Beachview, Carnegie, East End, North Hills, and a 5th location. Sorry, Tina, not Seattle yet. Down in the South Side Works. Look for them and go check them out. SliceOnBroadway.com. We will be right back after a quick commercial break after this.
legendary podcast.
Watch out on the TV network on Roku.
Grind City. And you know this, man.
You know what I'm saying? It's like right place, right time, out of nowhere.
To what you saying.
Former tag team partner coming to save.
Tony Johnson, we saw him battle Edric earlier, but this is a 2-on-1 mugging.
We are back, Wrestling Mayhem show. Mad Mike is as snazzy as ever, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Hashtag spider sheet.
Your money may be in the bank, if you will.
Calvin and I broke up during the break.
Yeah, he kind
He's
of ran
gone.
away. It
Oh, no.
It
Oh,
got
he's
bad.
back. Never mind.
It got bad.
Damn
It
it.
was- so
Nothing.
Nope, nothing to see here. Nothing to see here.
His outfit, maybe. There you go. There's the
Yeah,
outfit.
yeah. Our show break isn't as long as it has been. 'Cause I had to pull a couple commercials. So,
I was wondering. I'm like,
I was like, that's really fast.
That break is usually a touch longer. I
well,
thought
there's
you
a couple
come back,
things.
I'm like,
There's a couple things in there that I don't want to run anymore. So I just
Fair
haven't
enough.
updated it yet with new stuff.
Do you need us
That
to do
we
a
will have.
commercial for
You want to do a commercial? Is there any kind of PSA we should do about not being shitty wrestling fans or anything like that? Like,
Oh, there's a lot.
I mean, there's been
about
some
that.
discussions lately.
How about not
so.
being shittily dressed wrestling fans?
Oh, okay. Look. All right, look straight in the camera.
Do we have
Calvin.
do we have like a large cutout of Bradley, what not to wear?
I don't even know what I would do with a large
Why
cut.
do you-
Why would I have a
wants
large cutout
large
of
cut?
Bradley?
we just need visualization on what
I mean,
not
we
to
have a
wear.
life size. I mean, we have that cutout over there, but I don't think it really resembles Bradley. Sasha over there. We have a C3PO on the back. Is that close enough?
No.
No.
Bradley wishes he could
He
be
looks like
C-3PO.
C-3PO.
And maybe also Sasha. I don't know.
I mean, I think we all wish we could be Sasha.
Yeah, kind of.
See it on the camera.
What's that? What?
Nothing.
What's happening?
He's being a jerk.
I'm not being a jerk. I'm trying to help him out.
Anyways, so yeah, what would you say to fans? Look, Calvin. Start with you. Look straight in that camera. If you're talking to Bradley or a Bradley type individual or something other fashion violation you see out there in the crowd every weekend, what would you say to them right now? Pull that microphone a little closer to you. He's thinking.
What would Calvin wear?
Ooh.
Would he wear that? Probably not. Put it down. Go basic. Wear black. Because you probably can't pull off any other color.
Okay.
You're
All right.
welcome.
All right. Tyler, how about you? You look straight in that camera. You have any words of fashion?
Stop wearing major promotion wrestlers' shirts to wrestling shows. They're not there. What?
And don't bring title belts. Because who'd you beat?
Except for Dutters.
Yeah,
She beat
that's...
That was made for her.
Yeah,
Oh my God, that's
I mean, she
different.
beat cancer.
That's
so,
actually
I
her
mean,
belt.
She did
I'm
beat
not
cancer.
we're talking about the foam ones. Or
The foam ones?
We're talking
No,
about
Wait,
the
who's
toys.
bringing a Mattel belt with them?
Hold on.
You've never been to a. You've never seen.
I'm
people
not
wearing
even
the
talking
Mattel
about the
belts?
foam ones. I'm talking...
Hold on.
Uh-oh.
That's a good one, though.
Hold on.
Not the foam ones. I'm talking about like the title belts.
Why don't you have that, like... You should have that, like, put up somewhere, Mike.
No, because I use it to illustrate points.
Oh.
I won this. I've won this. I am the
Oh, is that your old office one?
it's the Logger Championship.
Yeah, that's what you won before you
Yeah.
got the Future
I-
Endeavor letter.
I won it.
He
We had a like quote unquote ladder match, but we stood on office chairs, and I actually did win this.
Talking about like
So.
the Mattel ones that you buy
Yes.
at Walmart.
I'm talking about the ones that you
Well-
buy, like, for hundreds of dollars on
Oh
WWE
yeah,
yeah,
shows.
no, I would never bring those to a show. They're too expensive.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well,
and-
I'm afraid I'm going to get mugged in the parking lot.
$300 for a show. You drop that once.
Listen,
It's fucked.
I'm worried about getting mugged for this at the right show. Okay.
See,
like,
well, and here's the thing too. Like, what do you do with it? are you storing it in a bag, or is it on like a shelf? Like, is it just collecting dust? Like, and I get collectibles. I get it. But after a certain amount of time, it's just like they get new belts anyway.
I mean,
so unless for some reason that belt,
it is that fandom. It is that. I mean, I think it's okay to be a collectible.
I have an undisputed championship that I got when I was in college because I did well at school, so I gave myself a present, and I got all 4 people who at least 3 out of 4 so far who were in the undisputed championship tournament to sign it. I'm just trying to get the rock.
Okay, so that's different.
But
that's
you're not wearing it
different.
to Madison Square Garden.
No, hell no.
Yeah.
I've got that replica, the replica they were selling at like toy stores, like at Toys R Us and stuff like that before they went out of business. I mean, I didn't pay full price for it. I paid like $25 for it, but it's like the one.
I wish I had done the same thing.
But I got it at Toys R Us when it was like going out of business and super cheap because they couldn't get rid of them. They had so many.
Are
and then
you
when they
serious?
Went out of sale, yeah, nobody was buying it.
So when I was working at Toys R Us, we sold out of those like hot.
Oh, you know, like when I was in Massachusetts, like nobody was buying them.
Yeah, but you're in like Poughkeepsie. That's like a wrestling hotbed up there, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
I mean, I want to think it's a different vibe in Poughkeepsie than Pittsburgh, even.
By the way, Poughkeepsie was mentioned on The Boys.
Oh yeah.
This week, which I found very hilarious.
I have not gone back to it. I've turned it off halfway through the first episode of the season because I was tired and on the road. But also, I was really kind of it fucked up my head with the grow guy. I'm just gonna leave it at that. If you know what I'm talking about, Termite was his name. Well, that was fucked up. That was that was kind of fucked up.
It gets worse.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
But I still recommend watching it.
Yeah. No, I'll get around to it, but it's
very good.
I just got the Shorzy today.
The dude playing Homelander deserves all the Emmys.
Yes.
All the Emmys. He's very, very good.
Anyways, Money in the Bank. Speaking of things. Speaking of things people carry to wrestling shows, Money in the Bank.
Briefcases.
Yes. The briefcases stuff. So, that is this weekend. I don't know what's happening there. Mike, you are our resident WWE expert. I will be. I mean, I will be busy and enjoying wrestling. This is also the show that attempted to go in the same venue as SummerSlam last year and moved into a smaller venue.
There's also UFC this weekend.
Okay. Oh, okay. Same night?
Yeah, I believe so.
What the fuck are they doing?
They're idiots.
In Vegas?
I thought it was supposed to
in Vegas.
I thought they weren't they? Aren't they in the same like venue AEW was like, or did they move it?
I
can't remember.
Is it the same one they did Double or Nothing? No. Because
now they're in the MGM Grand Garden Arena. So yeah, I think that is the same place.
I didn't think they did. Okay.
It is.
So that would be interesting. What else are there doing 2 stadium shows in the same month?
But see, here's the thing: if you're gonna do a stadium show in Vegas, do it in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Do it in the afternoon so it's done before UFC.
Well, wait a minute.
So people will buy tickets to both of them.
Isn't it technically in the afternoon?
Yeah,
though?
it is mountain time there. So we got 2 hour
but
difference.
it's
3 hours.
So it's at
It's a
what?
3 hour.
6?
3 hours.
Yeah. So it would be at 6. So it'll be. I mean, you'd be done.
I'm saying do it at noon.
You're done well before the main event, but also like for tickets, you're competing. You're really competing right there.
And with as much I think with as much of a problem they've had with like what it should have been versus what it is now,
Yeah, it doesn't help.
I think it's like
That doesn't help.
they've changed how they've changed who's in every single one of the matches.
The entire marketing campaign was Cody Rhodes in the middle of the stadium talking about Money in the Bank, and that aged that aged like fine milk.
It's like Hulk Hogan getting hurt before WrestleMania 3. It really
You
is.
never know. You really never know what's going to happen.
No. And when you only have one big name at the time that you're counting on for this, is Roman even in this show?
No, don't think so.
Has the unified main champion of the company been ghosting for the last 2 months?
Well, he defended against Riddle on SmackDown.
Oh, goody.
Oh.
Sometimes the better
It
matches
was a good
are
match.
on
It was a good
SmackDown
match.
and Raw.
Yeah.
I mean, I swear.
I can see it. I mean, They got to keep those. They got to justify those billions of dollars they got in those TV
Right.
deals. So
Right.
I mean, which yeah. But still, I'll stick with the pay-per-views or special events or whatever the hell they are. So Mike, I'll
Premium live events.
excuse me, premium live events, PLMs or PLEs.
PLMs. Yeah, PLEs.
Where did I get M from?
Sure.
Is it true that they're trying to make Money in the Bank like one of the big pay-per-views?
I think it's Ben.
Sorry.
I think it's kind of supplanted with Survivor Series.
Like they want it to be like part of the big four.
Yep.
Mhm.
I mean, you saw that by that attempt to put it in a stadium, right? Like it really has, because it has that element that we've loved about Royal Rumble for so many years, and it just on its own has been, right? I mean,
I miss King of the Ring.
I miss King of the Ring. I like a proper King of the Ring. I miss a proper Survivor Series, which really have we had that since the early '90s. You know, we love the idea.
Well,
of the
we
Survivor
had it
Series.
a little bit when you had Raw, SmackDown, and NXT.
But if you think about Survivor Series, that was like a Thanksgiving tradition show, right?
Yes.
They're not going to do that now.
No,
that's just not the way the world we live in anymore.
No.
I mean, football's one thing, but wrestling is another, and that's just how it is.
Yeah.
But back to the King of the Ring. Sorg, I know I mentioned this before.
Oh boy.
Mike, I have a piece of Pittsburgh trivia for you.
Oh, do tell.
I'm going to ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
What event took place 24 years ago today?
Oh, that's a tough one. I believe it was when Mick Foley did his rendition of the Foo Fighters' "Learn to Fly."
You are correct. King of the Ring, 1998, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Because you didn't
Civic
mention
Arena.
like King of the Ring 4 times before you asked the question.
I was trying to make it obvious. All right.
I also knew that.
I knew you probably saw the tweet.
I mean, my Mike is practically a WWE historian at this point.
I also was there, so.
He was 8, not 2.
Why did you give away my age? And you were like 15 at the time, so.
Oof.
I mean, I am 36. Like, I'm afraid to
It's
tell
not-
you.
no
but I
one's
look
business how
much
old
better.
anyone is, okay?
It's
There you
okay.
go. There you go.
Everybody thinks I'm younger anyway.
They're just trying to make you feel better.
No, they think they all think I'm younger than you.
Sure.
Obviously.
Yeah, with that earring, you look like you're pushing.
It's gay gene. That's what it is.
That's not a thing.
It is a thing.
It's not a thing.
That's why we stay prettier longer in most cases.
Yeah, exactly. In most cases.
It's my hair.
Man, Mike.
All right.
Save us with the Money in the Bank rundown,
Yeah,
please.
one more-
Save them from themselves, please.
I don't know. I was kind of enjoying it.
I mean, I think it was very educational, but go ahead.
Who's wrestling Saturday night?
All right.
Other than these
Our
guys that enjoy-
conversation, although I've seen the card, our conversation
I
might
want
be
to
more
know who's
interesting
wrestling
than
Saturday
wrestling.
night. Calm down.
All right.
Who else?
So,
Who's wrestling in Vegas on Saturday night? Let's go with that.
So, Money in the Bank.
Yes.
So we have for the Raw Women's Championship, Bianca against the replacement for Rhea Ripley, Carmella.
Ugh. I mean, in comparison, yeah.
Dang, I just
I'm
feel like that's like that sucked for WWE, man. I'm sorry. No, not that replacement. Just like all of these people that are injured. I just.
I think Rhea's going to be back pretty soon, though. I think it was
Good.
just a minor thing. Like I think I read online it was like a dental thing.
Yes.
So it wasn't like anything super
Which makes me-
debilitating. She just,
Which made me wonder if she visited Britt's practice. Because it sounds like it was a dental
Maybe.
surgery situation, which I think is what the practice she's involved in down there. So, anyways.
Yeah.
Good.
All right. And for the SmackDown Women's Championship, we have Ronda Rousey versus, I can't believe I actually want to say this, the person I want to see win, Natalya.
Listen, I love Natalya.
I do too.
I've wanted her to be at the top of the division for like the past 10 years, and she hasn't been, and I don't understand why.
And
But-
Ronda's just terrible.
No, Ronda's not terrible. You just don't
She's
like
terrible
Ronda.
in every aspect.
Ronda is legitimately terrible.
Mm-hmm.
She's got like personal issues that I have with Ronda Rousey aside. She has gotten worse at every aspect of this job since she's come back.
I just don't like to. I don't like to talk bad about other performers sometimes, but someone.
That's fair.
She sucks.
Yeah, but here's the thing: you'll never make as much money as she does. So
I don't really care.
she can suck all she wants because she's solid. So
don't care.
But have you guys seen the tweet?
I
the
love
Twitter,
watching.
the Twitter.
I've loved watching.
I don't think that's what he's talking about. You don't let him finish.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I've loved. If he's going for what Natalia's been saying about her, I've been loving every minute.
You would know that if you would have let him finish.
Natty's been torching her online.
Oh really?
It's great.
Natty's been absolutely incinerating her.
It's so good because it's all true.
Like the best thing, Rhonda waited 5 days to come up with a response, and Natty torched her again. While promoting her sister's OnlyFans.
Yeah, that was great. That's great.
Like she's torching Natty and promoting her sister at the same time. It was wonderful.
Oh jeez. Oh no, I'm looking at these right now.
Oh yeah, they're wild, wild stuff.
Miss Rousey should thank me for pulling the best out of her. That's what I do. How's my shadow boxing champ? Real fun would make you choose. Let's see. Oh boy, this is good. Natty's good at. I mean, Natty's good at Twitter. You know, and I love when they roll this in.
It's such an easy target.
Oh yeah. Oh absolutely.
Like I don't know. Like to me, like the worst. The WrestleMania match was.
You didn't even watch it.
Yeah, didn't she come out in like karate gi?
Yeah, something
it
like
was.
That.
I like WrestleMania's about pageantry. She looked terrible.
Yeah, but the previous one she was like Black Swan, which is kind of cool. So I think the point was her to come out like that.
I give zero credit to her at all.
I think she was trying to prove a point.
If you want somebody that is better, Shayna Baszler.
Yep.
And I'm not even a Shayna Baszler fan, and I like Shayna Baszler more. And I think she's better in every aspect.
That's because she's an actual wrestler.
She has personality.
Does
and she's
more personality than Ronda has.
Shayna is like if you watch Shayna on Up Up Down Down stuff, Shayna is very funny.
I feel like she would be. I feel like Shayna would be hilarious.
I've watched her scare people. It's hilarious.
Nice.
And also she does close up magic, which I mean, you know, that's just
she
skill.
would do close up magic. I like that. All right, what's next?
All right, what else we got?
Okay, so
first match.
Next match we have for the WWE United States Championship, Theory versus Bobby Lashley.
And Lashley's been putting Theory over on Twitter too.
Oh yeah?
Like he's been, I don't know, maybe I'm seeing something else. I don't remember. I thought he was.
Theory's taking it.
Yeah.
I don't. Especially if Theory's lined up for a match with Cena.
I also don't know how much more Lashley's going to have in him, to be honest with you, because I feel like he's been in the game for a while.
He's like 45 now, I think. So
yeah.
I mean, he's still got a few years.
Much respect for Lashley, but
I want from this what I'd love to see. Cedric Alexander interfere in some way and have it lead to him versus Lashley. Because I think I've seen little bits and pieces of that when I've like accidentally turned on Raw.
Yeah,
but I've seen little bits of that.
They kind of killed that off the last show.
Oh, lame.
Like Cedric helped Lashley beat Amos. And Lashley's like, let me get this straight. I didn't want your help. I didn't ask for it, but never interfere in my matches again. So it was kind of like I agree. I just wish Cedric Alexander
that could lead to something like don't do it again. He's gonna do it again.
They're just teasing it.
Maybe but I that could lead to something because I think that would be good, honestly, and a good story. But that's me.
All right. And,
hold on a second. Wait. Roll back a second. Roll back a second.
God.
Somebody made a picture that he retweeted that I have to share. Bobby Lashley retweeted. Somebody photoshopped Lashley into championship matches over the years. There's like him versus Hulk Hogan with Earl Hebner as ref. There's him versus superstar Billy Graham. Him versus Stone Cold. Him versus Cena, which That might be a real picture.
I think that's a real
And then
picture.
the last, yeah, because there's him versus Roman as well, with Kurt in the middle.
Why does the one with him and Hulk Hogan look so real?
It looks freaking real.
It
yes.
does. It looks really good.
Well, they also put him under like.
And also, Hebner's giving him the eye.
Yeah, why is he looking at his boobies?
Boobs,
What
yeah.
is happening there?
But
What-
it's like
what is this?
you're looking at it. You're looking at it. It's like that one looks more real than the ones that probably are real.
Yeah, they do.
Like we can say like that one. We know that one's obviously fake, but it looks so much more real than like him and Cena that close. Or
Yeah, that was the point.
I know, but like that's how good the photo editing on that was, because it looks so much better.
That's from Most Randomish on Twitter. We'll give him a shout out there. And of course,
fun.
it was retweeted by Bobby Lashley. So there's your Lashley fact for the day. We literally used to do a Lashley fact on the show in the early days because they knew somebody whose last name was Lashley, who was obviously not related. So, but he called him his cousin and gave us like unknown facts about Bobby Lashley back in like 2007.
We just need some female wrestler to do her name Lashley, but she just has very big lashes. And that's her name is
All
Lashley.
right, you're done.
There you go.
You're
Sorry.
done.
Honestly,
Next.
WWE missed an opportunity
Yeah.
with Lashley Legend.
Lashley.
They missed an opportunity.
Just told you, squirrel brain. It popped in my head and I had to say it.
Next match. We got
Needles.
another women's match, right?
No. Well, we do, but
Yeah.
that's some. But we have the match for the WWE Undisputed Tag Team Championships in a yet to be named stipulation. The Usos versus the Street Profits.
That'll be fun. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
I mean
curious
they
what-
always
I'm-
have good matches.
I'm really curious what the stipulation is going to be because that can either make or break that match.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I would assume it's not going to be a ladder match. If
I
had
mean,
to
they're
guess.
around. Why not? So
I mean, but I think 3 ladder matches on a show is probably too much.
listen, from the guy that filmed a show with 3 light tube matches and a death match battle royal. Let me tell you about
Sword,
gimmick
that's
oversaturation.
Detroit.
That's it.
That's
So that's
Detroit.
Detroit. Yes.
You know what?
Yeah,
I think every match should be the match on the card. Like Hell in a Cell, every match should be in Hell in a Cell.
All right, like
'Cause you know
lockdown,
what?
like lockdown, right?
Lockdown.
It's there anyway. Why the hell
Lockdown.
not?
Arm wrestling in a cage.
Didn't Hell in a Cell only have one cell match?
Yeah, how about
like
that?
that's why I was
Yeah.
like the entire time I was like, I thought there were supposed to be more than one.
I
was just
could
Cody
have
versus
swore
Seth.
they were going to make Becky, Asuka, and Bianca a Hell in a Cell match, and they didn't. And I am still flummoxed by not doing it.
Maybe it'll be a table match. That'd be kind of cool.
That would be a lot of fun.
Sure.
Yeah, we haven't had a good tag team table match in a hot minute.
Just make it a street fight, go everywhere, jump off of things.
That's
You know,
that's
I mean,
more
really,
likely.
I mean, that seems fine.
That's
so.
more likely.
Mhm.
All right, so Money in the Bank matches. Which one do you want, Sorg, men's or the women's?
I don't know. I don't know yet.
Okay,
tell
so
me
I
more.
will do. I will be the gentleman and go ladies first. then.
Okay.
All right, so in the Money in the Bank ladder match for the women, we have Lacey Evans, Alexa Bliss, Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Asuka, Shotzi, and Becky Lynch.
7?
Yes.
Interesting.
I think it's going to be a pretty good match.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
I-
who's in
I
the middle?
love Money.
That's Raquel.
Oh,
That's Raquel Rodriguez.
It's Raquel, name of the week.
why does she look? Does she just look different?
No, it's because she's the same height as everybody else in that.
Yes, yes.
why.
that's-
Okay, because I was like, did she?
It really. That's why.
She's just another person in that one.
But she
not
just like that's not like that. Just I don't know. I'm sorry.
It might be the hair and makeup, but also she's like really tall.
It's because
They
she's
changed
smiling.
her hair and makeup a little bit. Which
Did they?
Yeah,
Okay.
and she's smart. Like I just remember her being like really like not like mean, but really serious, and I thought
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
like kind of cool and edgy
Everybody's,
about her.
everybody's way too happy in this one, except for Becky. Because Becky is definitely.
Well, Becky should finally be happy she got in the match.
Yeah, yeah.
By the way, Becky's slow clapping, like barely when Cena was walking. It was like this.
I like the whole thing. I saw a clip of it where all the women were in the ring, and they said something about didn't want somebody to be there, and she raised her hand, and she like raised her hand, like slapped her hand down, and like that's the best moment. It's so great.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think it'll be good. I'd be okay with anyone but Lacey Evans winning.
I would have to
Honestly?
go.
It has to be Becky, right? I mean,
It for me, it would either have to be. See, it's so hard because like I would either say my top two are like Becky or Alexa, and then like third Asuka. I mean,
Do you think they ever pull the trigger on Liv?
see, I don't think that.
Liv would be my pick.
See, I don't agree with that because I don't think. I don't see.
I
it.
don't see her as a WWE champion.
No.
I really don't. She's great. I think she'd be in.
She works her butt off. Yeah.
I think she would be an AEW or an Impact champion any day.
I would rather see her with the fight. Like I'd rather her always fight towards that than actually accomplish that.
Yeah.
I'd like her, and it's gonna. I don't know if this is gonna sound like a downgrade, but I'd like her to go down to NXT and do that.
Kind of like Mandy.
Kind of like Mandy did, because it might I mean, Liv's definitely like one of those.
It's like her current state isn't ready for holding a title.
No.
Right? And not her, but this iteration.
She needs to be the it girl before she can be the it girl. Yeah.
Like Irish Lass Becky Lynch was not going to be a champion, right?
Yeah,
the man was going to be a champion.
Okay, but at the same time, when Edge won the Money in the Bank the first time, he wasn't where he needed to be either. It took the Matt Hardy bit to bring out the real Rated R Superstar.
Well, no. You remember the Matt Hardy bit happened before.
After.
Because I thought
he was not the Rated R Superstar yet.
No, because I thought Lita was.
Because Lita was there.
Lita was with Edge whenever he won.
Yeah, Lita was with Edge. So the Matt Hardy thing already happened.
When he cashed in.
No.
Edge did not have Lita when he won the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Oh,
Edge won the briefcase,
yeah.
and then decided he wanted to be a world champion. Entered himself in the Gold Rush tournament, and the Gold Rush tournament was around the time the Matt Hardy stuff happened.
And then
Edge won the Gold Rush tournament and had the Money in the Bank at the same time.
He's right, because the Matt Hardy stuff was happening. Like Matt Hardy came back and they had some matches like SummerSlam going into the next shows in the fall, and then he won in January. You are correct.
I just think that it's hard to be. It's really hard to be as like the presentation that Asuka, Alexa, and Becky have. And I know that it's like, oh, who do you build? Like, I think it's very difficult to build something with Bianca where it's going to have any of the other ones. I love Shotzi a lot, but I just feel like Raquel's. I mean, to me, Raquel's too new. Lacey just came back and is at best.
Also, Raquel is like the giant badass, and I love that there. So, like, I feel like she gets a belt before any of those girls that haven't already, right? Like,
well, not on SmackDown.
What's that?
Not on SmackDown.
Because of Ronda, yes.
Yeah.
Because Ronda's already beaten her too.
And I mean, hypothetically, like you know, Rhea Ripley had. She had a belt? Yeah, she had a championship.
But see, here's the thing. Rhea Ripley comes back. Rhea Ripley's the one that beats Bianca, and Liv Morgan has a briefcase. Liv and Rhea have intrinsic history with each other. Boom, right there. That's it.
Yeah, but I don't see, even me, I don't see Liv beating.
She could do that and be a short-term champion. She's
a transitional.
Yeah, she's a transitional best right now. And not to say that she's not.
Yeah, but right now. But like
right now.
But see, that's the other thing I want. Like, whoever wins it, I want them to hold it longer than a day.
You're right. So
we have not had a woman hold the contract longer than a day since Carmella.
That was such a great gimmick.
Yeah.
Such a great
gimmick. Like whoever wins it needs to hold it a couple months at the bare minimum.
So on the men's side.
On the men's side, we have men's side is not fully filled out. Yeah, that's why.
What?
Yeah, they're missing a spot.
Bacon's in there.
Still, yeah, Bacon's in there. So right now we have Seth freaking Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, Omos, Sami Zayn, Riddle, and either Kevin Owens or Elias or Ezekiel or Elrod.
I really hope Elias or Ezekiel wins. I feel like it's time. But you know, Omos is probably gonna win because he's so damn tall. He could probably just got it.
I still feel there's two ways I want it to go.
There's only
Either
one belt
Drew-
now, right?
Well, okay, so either Seth wins and he tries to redo cashing in at WrestleMania again, only to be stopped by Cody Rhodes. That's scenario one. Like Cody wins the Rumble, Cody wins the belt at WrestleMania. Seth tries to cash in on Cody, and Cody beats Seth once again. Or Drew McIntyre wins, cashes in on Roman at Clash at the Castle, beats Roman, and then Roman says that contract was only for one championship.
Ooh.
And that's how you split them up.
I like that idea, actually. I think that's a good idea. Because it also gives Drew hit that moment that he never really had.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly, and it'd be it's not in Scotland and it's not at WrestleMania, but it's damn close to both.
Right.
Because Drew always got the short shrift.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No one's fault. It
Yeah,
just had-
it's just
No,
how
no,
it
of
happened
course
during the pandemic. I mean, looking at who's in it, like, I don't know. Put the card up again because I forgot who's in it. Honestly,
Hold on a second.
It's
I'm bad.
Seth, Drew.
Like,
Not going to pull the trigger on Riddle.
yeah.
I don't see Sammy winning it. Sheamus would be a good wild card, but
I think it's Drew and he cashes in at that
Mhm.
show.
I'm thinking that's right.
I'm thinking too. Like, I mean, I'm not a Riddle fan.
Well, it doesn't really matter. if
But
you're
I
Riddle
know that.
fans,
But
what
like,
you
as
think's
far as
gonna
like my
happen.
personal choice, if you like for the most interesting portion, it would probably have to be Drew. I mean, obviously, let's be real. If it was anybody, it was going to be Cody. He was still there. I mean,
I assumed it was supposed to be Cody.
that would have been like. I mean, even if he was in Money in the Bank, that would have been like. I hate to say it, probably the most like obvious.
See, these are the things I
that's
love
the
about
thing.
wrestling, though. Like, always wonder what if, like, what if
Mhm.
someone, like, what if someone didn't get injured? What if someone didn't jump ship to WCW? What if someone did? That's what I like about the what ifs, and it's just like, yeah, it's crazy that it happens, but I mean, this is just gonna show what WWE needs to work on and what they need to build and what they need to do, and who's gonna step up, because that's kind of what the game is right now, especially with the change of power that's going on.
And it was so much harder to pick the winner of who could potentially be the winner of the women's one, because you have. I mean, I think the women's one has more star power because with this one, you've got two people. You've got one person who could potentially be a really great story with Drew. You've got someone who's extremely the whole castle thing is what I mean.
You swapped it.
What do you mean I swapped it?
Never mind. Go ahead. Keep going.
No, I said
With Drew, you meant in Drew.
In Drew, whatever. You know what I mean. But with Drew, and then you have Seth, who's got a great character and has put on I thought that all the character work he's been doing has been phenomenal, and I like that the most. But everybody else, I mean, Sami Zayn's great, but
Sammy has a good story. Sammy has a good story if you want.
I could watch Sammy and Kevin Owens go at it forever. I'd be happy with that. Just being
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, no one is going to be upset if Kevin Owens wins Money in the Bank.
Was he on the poster?
I don't think anyone, because he could potentially be in it.
Oh,
Because it's
I
either
forgot.
Owens or the Samson representative on SmackDown.
But I don't know. I don't really see.
I don't see Riddle. I don't see
No,
Omos.
even if it was Owens, I'm not excited about that.
Yeah, it just feels like, if Seth or Drew won, it's just kind of like, okay, and anybody else is like, okay, what are they gonna do with this, right? Like, and that's what you kind of want out of Money in the Bank. But also, you have two Money in the Banks that you can have. Like, there's more wild cards in that women's one, like we talked about, right? And this could be the obvious one.
I think Sheamus is a wild card.
You think so?
I really do.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be crazy. Just Sheamus just comes right up and.
Well, that's like when Sheamus won the Rumble that one year.
Mm-hmm.
No one was expecting it.
Nope.
And
Dude can go.
Mm-hmm.
He is. He can.
I think he needs another run too before he hangs it up.
Yeah. He's a guy. I know we just saw it with Cesaro, Claudio popping up this weekend, and I'm loving the possibilities that can be happening with that. Or maybe he goes to New Japan. Who knows right now, right? But
Oh no,
Here's something that just popped in my head for the men's one.
This is dangerous.
No, like you have, Sheamus does win. Like a case for Sheamus. Sheamus does win. You get to the show in Scotland or wherever they're having it, the Castle one.
Mhm.
It's Roman versus McIntyre, and then that's when Sheamus cashes in, because then you have Ireland and Scotland wrestling each other.
Yeah.
And Drew does 2 matches and he wins the title off of
Or does Sheamus make it a triple threat?
that too.
Yeah, Sheamus can run. Oh,
But like
I
that
like
would be
that.
my case for Sheamus, personally.
I like that.
If you're overseas like that and you have 2 people that were born in, over there, that would be a huge. That would get the people who watch them on the indies over there really into it, because they were both get the people who watch them on the indies over there really into it, because they were both really big in the indies over there. That would pull in a lot. What?
I mean, if they were on the Indies, they're watching them now. I don't.
No, I know that, but the
they're
nostalgia factor.
They're the hometown guys.
That would be a hometown.
They're the hometown guys, so they're just generally going to be. I mean, whenever they when they go.
I mean, having them both there or whatever, like, you could tease. If they could successfully tease it as a possibility, like if he hasn't cashed, if Sheamus hasn't cashed it in prior to that, or tried to, if he wins it, and you just go with it and tease it up until that point, or people are like, oh my gosh, when's he going to do it? And then it just happens over there. And then, that puts a lot of work on Drew, because then Drew's essentially could wrestle either 2 matches or have the 3-way or the 3-way match, the triple threat match. That would be, I think, would be really, really great. And then, maybe have Drew win that way, in front of his hometown. He's wrestling Roman. And that's why I was saying, it's like, I think they should do it like maybe Drew beats Roman, finally. Somebody beats Roman, he beats him there. And then you have Sheamus come out and they have a match, because Drew can go and have a great match with somebody, and those two have probably worked each other before, even before WWE and in WWE. But like, you do something like that is going to get so many people over there excited, just having that. That's just that would be like a kind of a cool thing. I'd be invested in that.
I like it. Well, Money in the Bank this weekend. We'll watch it eventually. Most of us are busy. Mad Mike will report us. We will be excited to watch it Sunday morning. Right?
Oh, I'm excited for Money. I always love Money in the Bank.
Well, I'll
Money
be
in the
honest.
Bank's always good.
And also, Impact has Against All Odds, which I would just mention this one match. I think it's the only thing we need to. I didn't get a chance to watch Impact. I'm literally probably going to watch Rampage while I'm working on the show tonight. But they're going to do I'm sorry, it's not up here, but Moose and Sami Callihan in a Clockwork Orange House of Fun match, and Raven is going to be involved.
Oh shit!
Gosh.
So, which always, I just hope Raven calls somebody a maroon, and that is.
I hope Johnny Polo comes back.
Wonderful.
Just Johnny Polo.
Just Johnny Polo.
I wonder if we can get Scott Steiner back to get on a pogo stick.
I thought you were going to say Scotty Flamingo, and I was like, Mike, you get me. But you didn't. So.
Well, I mean.
Guess you don't.
Have you seen Scott Steiner on a pogo stick?
I don't think I have.
You need to see it.
Wait, what? Hold on a second.
Yeah, Scott Steiner on a pogo stick happened in TNA.
We're going to take care of that for you right now.
Wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Now
in
I'm
a match
thinking
with
about
Jeff
it.
Jarrett, he randomly pulled out a pogo stick and tried to pogo during a match. And it's probably the greatest 5 seconds in TNA's history.
Why do I kind of remember this now?
You just thought it was a fever dream, right? Oh, I hope I don't get a pull down for this one. But
it's 5 seconds. I think you're going to be good.
Hello, there he is. He's got the pogo stick. There you go. Oh, there it is. Oh, great. Now it's full screen. We're fucked now.
Here it goes.
All right.
Yeah, there it is.
Wait, does he hit him with it afterwards?
Well, in this clip, it's just that over and over again, apparently.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Got Steiner at a pogo stick.
Oh boy. Oh, then
wonderful.
Okay. Whoops.
I think he gets clotheslined off the pogo stick.
Probably. Well,
what a spot.
Exactly.
Where do I get a pogo stick for Saturday?
Let's not get crazy.
No. There's a balcony. Nobody's come off that balcony yet, right?
Can you stay seated, Sorg?
I'm not going over. It'll be. Listen, I can do it.
Derek will probably throw Ziggy off of it. That's what's gonna happen.
It could be. Guys, it's the end of the show. Real quick, what did everybody learn from wrestling lately?
That's a good question.
I can go first if you guys.
Go ahead, sir.
All right. I learned that there was another violation of the Forbidden Door this weekend.
A violation? Are we handing out tickets? What's happening here?
No. So Xavier Woods came up on Twitter on Monday and said they were supposed to have a tournament for the Up Up Down Down Championship, but the last Up Up Down Down champion on record was Mia Yim, and clearly she is no longer she's on the other side of the Forbidden Door, and Xavier Woods said he couldn't break it down, so there will be no Up Up Down Down championship.
I watched this video.
And then Shayna Baszler came running in, said that her and Shelton Benjamin were able to break down the door, and Shelton got slayed by some kind of beast on the other side of the door. And Shayna was able to retrieve the Up Up Down Down championship. So Shayna has also survived the Forbidden Door, which makes her infinitely better than Ronda.
All right.
Yeah.
I talked about this last night. I learned the wrestling in Chicago is my favorite thing right now. And Detroit, as opposed to Detroit, which is also my favorite weird fucking thing right now. But it reiterated with Forbidden Door on Sunday. I've been at two major events in Chicago. I was there for the CM Punk show too, and then I attended all of WrestleMania and the Raw After Mania, and we talked about reasoning and stuff on the Monday show, but I will take that United Center AEW crowd any day. Just the vibe is just unparalleled. And the coolest thing I think I felt since being there at Madison Square Garden with you, Mike, or Hammerstein, oh my God, was for Ring of Honor was, that's the comparison point, Mike. Like Hammerstein Ring of Honor with that main event that was like, what was it? Claudio, Danielson, McGuinness, and Tyler Black, Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
Right? Which also...
Yeah.
Right now.
It was pretty good.
Yeah. It was pretty good. And that vibe, and Hammerstein and that New York crowd. But man, this thing that's happened with AEW in Chicago is unparalleled. I want to be out there for All Out as well. Very thankful, very, very thankful that work brings me to these shows, by the way. I would not be traveling to Chicago for shows, just period, because I'm so fucking tired of the Ohio Turnpike. I'm seriously so fucking tired.
That's
of the
a rough
Ohio
drive.
Yep,
I've done it. I've been to Michigan 3 times this month, and I do not want to do it again anytime soon. I already have to go to Chicago in another month for Stadium Series, and at least 2 more times leading into All Out. So, anyways, that's where I'm at with it, guys. What did you guys learn recently in wrestling? That doesn't have to be this week.
So I actually came across a YouTube video the other day, and it kind of made me think, like, oh, I never realized that. So this is a little bit of an old one. So I don't remember what the video was per se, but when you think of, so you guys might know this, and I might have just forgotten it and didn't realize it. Chyna's last match in WWE was not WrestleMania versus Ivory. It was Judgment Day versus Lita.
Oh yeah.
I always thought.
Wasn't that the prom stuff?
No.
Like with her and Eddie going to the prom because she graduated, and then Lita and Essa Rios breaking it up.
No, that was way past this. I think.
Hold on. Now I'm gonna look.
Because I think it was Judgment Day 2001.
Okay.
Because I think right after that she was done. Because that was the contract negotiation. I might be wrong, but I don't think she was the women's champion when that happened. I think she was the Intercontinental champion when that happened. And then that's what led to.
Tina's saying Chyna peacock outfit.
Yeah, that was WrestleMania. I believe.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah. Jeez.
Yeah. I always thought it was
Yeah,
WrestleMania
she beat
versus
Lita.
Ivory.
Wow. That's.
I always thought it was against
I'm
Ivory.
gonna watch that back. I'm gonna watch that back because I don't remember that at all.
Wow.
I always think of the match that they had on Raw. I think versus the when I think they teamed together, or like China accompanied Lita to the ring because she was wearing that beanie. I always think of that, but no, I didn't. That's something that I learned this week that I forgot.
Wow. What a show this is.
So
I may just watch
Might be
this show
exploring that
tonight.
one. Tyler, what about you?
Mine's more personal.
Uh-oh.
I learned, and this was in the past week, I learned that not everything needs glitter. Because I just looked at how bad my eye looked at the last Ryse show.
A
And
lot
it
of
looked
people
like I got
did
punched
ask
in the
me what
face.
happened to your eye, and I said
Oh, I can't wait to see
nothing.
this.
It's just glitter.
It's glitter, and it looked like I got a black eye, and it was bleeding.
Somebody asked.
It just looked, yeah, it looked like I got punched in the face, and I was like, it was a misstep.
Oh, jeez. I'm probably not touching this show until Thursday this week. I can't wait to see what this is about.
Yeah, it just looks like I've got one.
Are you doing like I noticed you're doing like?
Well,
kind of
I did the purple at the Baldwin show, and it
Right.
looked really good.
Yeah.
Did it?
And you have like kind of this. It's like yellowish or something in the new pictures on the graphic. Is it that from
In
that
the
night?
picture in the graphic, yeah, my head's turned to the side, and it looks like
Yeah.
this one eye is just like black and blue. No, it's actually like it's actually I think like lipstick and then glitter, red glitter,
I'll
and
take some screenshots.
it did
for you.
not come out as well as I thought it was going to. Like the
Hey,
purple
you
did.
try. It's part of the evolution.
I
right?
tried, and I did a really good rainbow on my face for Pride the week before. I did a really good one. I'm like, oh, I'll be fine. Nope. And it was bad. So it was a misstep. So anytime we can take more promo photos with the tag belts, I'd be happy to do so.
I look great.
We'll take some after this in front of the sign.
Oh God, it was so bad.
Tina in Seattle says, "What I've learned in wrestling this week. God bless Denise Salcido. I can't remember how that was pronounced. I'm sorry. For doing the Lord's work at Warrior over the weekend. She came out and she presented since it was the first time Warrior's been back in Chicago since February. They did a homecoming and crowned a homecoming king. I'm sorry, no queen, and that king happened to be Frank the Clown. And it went as you would
so
expect.
they crowned a jester.
Yes, absolutely. And he declared that there would be no queen because they don't need a queen, and then berated her. And I know she's been doing some interviews and stuff too. I saw her around doing that. So that's probably over on Fightful. So what is she's the Hollywood it girl or something like that over there. This is the first. I'm sorry, I don't follow Fightful, so I'm a Wrestling Inc. guy because. Hi Matt. But hi Nick. Hi Ron. Yeah. But yeah, it was a good part of that show. And dude, I'm telling you, Frank the Clown is got some fucking promo work, man. Like that's the stuff, Mike, that I think is going to turn you over on him. I sent you a link earlier today, but you really need to see. You need to see the going away party for Athena. You need to see the press conference in South Bend. And what else has he done lately? Yeah, there's some really good stuff. Listen, like...
I mean, is there, though?
Listen, man, you're going to fucking hate him. In the best
I already
way.
do.
Well, yes.
One other thing I learned. One other thing I learned.
I want you to... Hold on.
This is...
Let me close my
clowns.
I'm with you, but let me close my thought real quick on that. Also remember that Frank hangs out with one of the best promos in the business, probably on a regular basis.
Yeah, that doesn't mean it's transmitted. Look at fucking Bruno's
I'm
kid.
going to tell you. Well, yeah, okay.
There you go.
Not always, but yes. Anyways, you were about to say real quick. We got to get out of here.
No, this has to do with clowns.
No, I'm not going to the gathering this year.
No,
I'm out.
no,
It's clowns.
No, this has to do with
It better
clowns.
not be a psycho.
If it's not Doink, I don't
also
care.
learned you can recreate one of the best finishes in WrestleMania history
Oh no.
in 2K22. Now that Doink the Clown is available DLC.
Love it.
If you have run-ins on, you can call for a run-in as Doink the Clown, and another Doink the Clown will appear with a mannequin arm.
I need to buy this game.
I saw someone tweet, like, someone did a video of it today in 2K. I'm like, I
Literally
need to recreate this.
one of my favorite matches of all time.
Yes.
Doink the Clown versus Marty Jannetty. Marty Jannetty?
Are you thinking at WrestleMania? Because that was
No.
crush.
No, Doink the Clown versus Marty Jannetty, 2 out of 3 falls.
Oh, jeez.
Monday Night
Wow.
Raw.
A technical
That
banger,
is-
I'm sure.
No, it was
It probably
awesome.
was. No, come on, it was like probably Matt Bourne and Marty, right?
Yeah,
So,
I will watch any Matt Bourne match. I will watch
Yeah.
any Marty Jannetty match. Like
Yeah.
game over for me.
Sorg, I am putting the link for the clip in the chat room
Oh boy,
I can't wait to see
presently.
this.
fantastic.
because this needs to be shown because it's wonderful.
I wish Heel Doink
It's-
would have been an Intercontinental Champion.
That would have been a scene.
Okay,
Mhm.
okay, you need.
Anyway.
Sorry, just put it on
All
the
right,
screen.
all right. Let me
Put
see.
it up.
I'm waiting for it. Wait, did you put
Put
it?
it
What
on
chat
the-
did you put it?
I
in?
put it in the Facebook chat room.
Why don't I see it? Oh, there it is. Here
Yeah.
we go. All right, let me
It's
see.
oh my god,
me
it's,
see if this
it's
pops up
so
here.
wonderful.
Because I had to switch some things up here real quick. All right, sorry, I'm on the Twitter. Oh jeez. Okay, so you got the British Bulldog at
Look.
WrestleMania. Doink comes out, and was this mid match that's going on here?
Yep, mid match,
Oh, boy.
and here it comes. Get ready.
Boink.
Oh!
Oh!
Yes! 2 doinks. We did, America.
That is fantastic.
Should we did it, America?
I love that.
Yes, that's worthwhile.
It's the best thing. I saw that. I'm like,
oh jeez.
yeah, I'm really
I
glad I,
gotta
own this
I gotta
game.
catch up with my video games. I don't think I played 2K since the first week, so I have I think there's like 2 DLC
I don't
DLC
have enough
packs.
time for 2K.
It's-
It's
what-
so-
I can't
Yeah,
get
yeah,
past
it's a lot of time.
character creation.
Yeah,
there's just so much to do.
Honestly.
yeah, it
and
is.
like
It is. I gotta play some Shredder's
lot.
Revenge. I
I,
played it the
I
first
have
night.
I have Ziggy Heim and Tatiana as my women's tag team champions.
There you go. There you go. Well, why don't you have the Runway as your other tag team?
yeah,
champion?
what the hell?
Because they haven't put their created wrestlers on community creations yet.
What? Nobody's made Calvin and Tyler yet. I
Somebody
do not
has.
believe that.
I think so.
Come
believe
on,
Somebody has made
they're
us.
out there. I bet
So
they're
you should
out
probably
there.
Okay.
download
All right,
us.
I
Look 'em
will
up.
look again.
Look them up.
I'm
All right,
pretty
give
sure
it,
we'll
just
look
give it
again.
some time. So somebody was doing all the Ryse people. Somebody was doing all the locals, and a lot of the indies.
Yeah,
like-
but it takes a while to make them. So I
yeah,
I trust me. I type in Ryse.
yeah.
There were about like 7 or 8 people when I typed in. Last
Oh,
time.
that's not. Hey, that's cool. That's cool. So,
Yeah.
look, and that's the greatest thing about those games. Like, is that you can have that like having everybody in there like that. So you can have the Runway against, I don't know, Legion of Doom.
Breezango.
Breezango.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
Same,
it.
Yeah.
same
Book it.
loadouts
The-
that I would use.
So with that, guys, thank you so much. Tyler Klein, Kyle Couture, The Runway, Ryse Tag Team Champions.
Hell yeah.
Coming to your town, and a lot of Pittsburgh in the last couple
And I'm gonna
weeks.
get in trouble if I don't plug this, but top rope tabletop.
Oh, we have to talk about it.
I hate my. If I don't do that, I won't hear the end of
Thursday.
it from Tony and Idol. Top rope tabletop is Thursday. Campaign 2. I spent the entire time not talking or mentioning it. They're gonna kill me.
Oh no! Oh, yeah, so we'll be there. It's
Oops.
Tuesday, right here in the studio. The gang is
They
back
know
together.
how this show goes.
Yes,
They
and
know how this show operates.
that's right. That's right. No, yeah, because I mean, most of them have been on it or will be on it very soon. So we should.
And it's not like we're not going to promote Top Rope Tabletop
Yeah.
next week. on
yeah,
the top.
exactly.
I know, but I'm actually on it. So I'm like,
Fair.
And you just talked about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Hey, it all comes together, right?
Yeah.
one
Yeah. This is
mention.
the plug section. That's
Mhm.
that's where people come.
So go check it out. It'll be part of IndyWrestling.us on all the outlets that we stream from. We'll stop the wrestling there. And also, we're going to be restoring the stream. We're actually refreshing the content, partly because I keep getting takedown notices from Twitch, so we have to change some things up. So for some of the music that gets used, but we're cleaning that up, and we're going to be throwing some of our showcases up there and interviews and stuff. So that is going to refresh, and we're going to be rebooting that here shortly after the show goes off the air here. Thank you, everybody. Mad Mike 483 on the Twitter, at Sorgatron on the Twitter, and you can see all the backstage background kind of stuff going on in my travels as well. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you guys next time. Mayhem out.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack.
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at Sorgatron Media. Oh God, there was a whole other topic. Oh, Twitter, because I've been getting really pissed at people at Twitter. Like wrestlers engaging with shitty fans on Twitter lately has been really, like Britt's been getting into it with fans, and it's like, come on, you don't have fucking time for this, you know?
I mean, clearly they do have time for it.
Yeah, obviously she does.
Yeah, but Sorg, you don't know what the deluge of shit that they're getting every day.
Yeah, I know. But
like,
well, when you're at that level, Twitter is a whole different animal. Like, I don't know if you guys are at that where you just get like barraged, right? Like fans or anything like that yet. But
I think we keep our stuff very wrestling.
that's true too. Yeah.
I do everyone. I go off the rail when I see something stupid every once in a
Well,
while.
I mean, you guys. So you guys like. I mean, you're getting like probably like shitty fan DMs and shit like that, right? Or weird stuff, and right? Like really?
Not on Twitter.
Not on Twitter. Okay.
I get it on Instagram.
Sword, you have to remember, women in social media.
Yeah,
are
women in social media is a whole different animal. But it's not even just
especially after what happened last week.
Yes, and then you know, and it's not just Brit. It's guys too and stuff like that. They're just railing into people, you know. Right. Exactly. Although
I mean, some people deserve to be railed into, though.
I really did. Although it was entertaining when, like, apparently somebody's. Did you see the one she was getting into it with? Like, it was about somebody's wife says that she should not be taking a spot in wrestling and should just go to her other job, and she's like, "I'll take their job too."
I'm just like,
I don't subscribe to Brit.
Yeah.
I don't know how I saw some of her stuff.
Yeah. So it's just like, well, Twitter's really big about you like wrestling, so here's all the wrestling, right? So there's like you can't avoid it, even if you're not following her at this point. Or like, why the fuck am I getting so many this wrestler kind of bullshit, right?
Their algorithms make no sense.
And it's worth and I'm so like the majority of my until Friday, the majority of my feed has been like nothing but wrestling, which has at least been cool there. But you know, every once in a while the shitty things come up, you know. But generally it's been pretty okay, you know. And then even after Friday, it's just people responding to things, right? So it's not like it was shitty, other than it's just people responding to a shitty thing that happened. You know, or the Gunner thing comes up or something like that, right? Because somebody responded to it.
Yeah,
Like so, but yeah, so I do not see Twitter as a cesspool because I've made Twitter not a cesspool for me. And
It's all how you play it.
yeah.
It all depends on who you